All right, we're live. Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Wednesday, April 17th, 2019. Start off with a little bit of review. Again, we're realizing decoding these baseball games takes a good amount of effort, so we'll be here for a while. We'll do the baseball, and then we'll get on with the playoffs. Let's start with review as we always do. So we got a game here starting in an hour. Remember what we were saying about this game. Both pitchers going today have the 117 connection. So I think it's very likely the Mets are at 11-7. Talked about that yesterday. Philadelphia Phillies 106. They did get to 10-6 on the 106th day of the year. It's funny, when I woke up yesterday, I thought that was going to be the low-hanging fruit. And the Phillies ended up blowing out the Mets. Should have went with the initial thought right when I woke up. But the Yankees did do the 3-9 thing to the Red Sox. That was the one fear yesterday, that the Red Sox could fall to 3-9 in New York. That is the big New York number. Michael called in and said he was going to bet on the Red Sox. I said, I'd wait to see if they lose today, because if they lose today, they should be golden. Or if the Red Sox would have won yesterday, they would have been golden to win today. It's not going to work out that way. But the one fear, always, New York in 39 hits so much. It's just that so far this year, it hadn't been with the Yankees. So I was a little bit mystified by that, but it came through yesterday. New York in 39, it's a number that hits more often than not. Pirates did make the Tigers 8-8 and 4-3. Pirates equals 88-43. Today we got both pitchers going that have the 88 connection. Giants, we talked about how they had a riddle to upset the Nationals yesterday. Strasburg was on the mound. Strasburg was going for his 53rd career loss. On the 16th, 53 the 16th prime, 53 and 16 often come together. Didn't come together in the NBA playoffs yesterday with the Spurs, but it did come together for Strasburg. And I would have been all over that upset, except for the Giants pitcher had a chance to become 7-7 in Washington, D.C., the land of 77. So instead, they won with 7 runs. But Strasburg with the 53rd loss on the 16th. Phillies, again, Philadelphia Phillies 106, Prophecy 106, huge number 106 with the history of Philadelphia sports teams. The reason that I woke up thinking this was the pick of the day, and then by the time I did the decode, I was like, well, maybe not, because they can become 9-7 and 6-5 at home, and Philadelphia's 97-65. Kicking myself for that. But again, both pitchers today have the 117 connection. Thought the Orioles would be able to upset the Rays, at least cover. They were, I think the spread was 1.5, so they didn't quite cover. That was disappointing. But this home record's not up to date again. This is wrong. Or wait, no. Excuse me, maybe it is right. The Orioles could have become 7-4 away, and 74 is a number with a lot of connections to the Tampa Bay Rays. So we're going to have to look at that again. Baltimore Orioles is 136. If the Rays drop the next 2, they will be 13-6 against the Orioles. We'll see if that can happen. Cubs and Marlins, we didn't have an opinion on. There wasn't a lot there. We did notice, though, that Quintana, well, we had a little bit of an opinion. We noticed that Jose Quintana had the double connection to 47. There was something for the Marlins, though. I forget what it was that made it gun-shy, but Quintana's 47, Jose Quintana's 47. The Cubs did become 4-7. So there was a riddle there. I forget what the Marlins had going. It was something. The Diamondbacks, we thought they might upset the Braves. Atlanta Braves 89. Both pitchers had the 44 connection. Diamondbacks got to 4-4 away. Georgia's 44, so that did come through. Cumberland, Georgia equals 97 and 83. That was the only scare, was that the Braves could become 8-3 at home, or 9-7, which they did. But Diamondbacks got it done there. Really like the Brewers to win yesterday. Milwaukee Brewers 98. Brewers is also 99, and the Cardinals starting pitcher today is 99, so I like the Brewers to get it done again today. This was the game that surprised me the most in Major League Baseball. This let me down. Blue Jays 95, Minnesota 52. I thought the Twins would be 9-5 and 5-2 at home. The starting pitcher for Minnesota also equaled 52. That also would have made the Blue Jays 6-12, like how Minneapolis is the 612 area code. So that was the disappointment there. Thought the Twins would come through. The Rangers pitcher got his 58th career win against the Angels. Angels 58. There were riddles that went both ways in this game, so we laid off, but we did see the potential 58th win for the Rangers pitcher, which happened. We like the White Sox to beat the Royals. White Sox, Chicago White Sox equals 79, Chicago 35. So that was one. We got 2 White Sox games in a row reading that riddle. This Rockies pitcher has made history of whooping the Padres' ass, and he did it again yesterday. I was really digging the Padres to start 13-7. San Diego Padres 137. Manny Machado signed 137 days from his birthday. I thought that was going to be their number this year. I didn't realize the risk of that Rockies pitcher dominating San Diego historically, and it happened again. But man, I thought the 13-7 was going to come through for the Padres. So I can't say I'm shocked though, because of this pitcher. We pointed out how good he was against San Diego historically. Same thing here with the Astros and Athletics game. The starting pitcher yesterday for the Astros, his name equaled 125. He was 9-1 all time against the Athletics. The Astros ended up winning the game 9-1. We talked about how there was overlap with the numbers 56, 65, and 74, which made things tough for the home and away record. But that starting pitcher with the 125 name, with the dominant history against the A's, the Astros are now on a 10-game winning streak. So I'm starting to wonder, could this be like one of those 14-game winning streaks? We're going to have to look. Dodgers got it done. We thought they would. Los Angeles, California, 118 on the 118th Meridian. Today, Buehler's on the mound. Buehler's 118. Walker Buehler's 84. Reds did the prime number thing, 11, the 5th prime. They're 5-11. And like we said, if the Indians became 9-7, they'd probably become 10-7 against the Mariners. Mariners 97, Seattle 107. On the same day, Russell Wilson signed the contract with the guaranteed $107 million. Russell Wilson's also from Ohio, the birthplace of football. He's a baseball player as well. Seattle, WA equals 13-7 and 5-6. So both teams 5-6 in the right city. And the Mariners on quite a slide right now, but still with one of the league's top records. So it was an okay day in baseball. In NHL, the sweeps came through. Yesterday had 23 date numerology. Sweep equals 23. Columbus, the big surprise. Columbus equals 106. They swept the Lightning on the 106th day of the year. The Islanders had the numbers for the sweep. I was more comfortable with this Islanders sweep than I was with the Blue Jackets. But we did say it was the perfect day for Columbus to pull off seemingly a miracle, an 8 seed sweeping a 1. It had only happened once before. But the Islanders and the Penguins record was perfect to sweep the Penguins. We had the Islanders advancing from this series. So 2 sweeps on the 23 date. Sweep equals 23. The Jets and the Blues game was razor tight. The Blues did end up picking up their 17th loss, as we were looking at on the 59 date, 59, the 17th prime. Blues equals 59. So I'm not shocked about that, but there was a riddle there for the Blues too. They could have got the 25th win in St. Louis, and St. Louis is 25. Golden Knights and Sharks, the riddles went both ways. Sharks picked up the 18th loss in the stat we were looking at. Vegas is 18. They went from 17 to 18. Had the Sharks won, it would have made the Golden Knights 15-9 in the playoffs, and San Jose Sharks equals 159. So that one was shaky both ways. The only game I really liked yesterday in the NHL was the Islanders, but that sweep did come through. So the guy who went with the double sweep, he was right on. And again, Columbus Blue Jackets equals 118. That's been a big championship number this year. Vegas has moved the Blue Jackets up to the most likely team to win the Stanley Cup. Isn't that funny? In their 18th season. In Jewish numerology, 18 means the meaning of life. That's all I can think about for that team. 2018 season, 18th year. Other than that, I just... I think Ohio has the Gematria of 61 as well, the 18th prime. But still, the Maple Leafs still have the most interesting numbers for the playoffs in terms of what their wins would be if they won the Stanley Cup. Okay. Canada on that super drought. Raptors got their 59th win of the season. Remember, these records aren't updating with the playoffs. 59th win on the 59 date numerology. Game goes back to Orlando. Orlando's at 43 wins on the season. Florida equals 43. We imagined the Raptors would win. They weren't a great payout. The one thing for the Magic that they had going yesterday as a possibility was they could have got their 59th all-time playoff win, but it did seem more likely that the Raptors would come through. That's what we assumed would be the case. Spurs were up late and then forgot how to play basketball and blew the lead and the spread, which really pissed me off. Spurs had numbers to get it done yesterday. They could have picked up the 53rd win in Denver on the 16-date numerology. And again, 53 and 16 comes through all the time. If you bet on prime numbers, you're going to win about 70% of the time, I would say. It's just like how Strasburg got upset getting his 53rd loss on the 16th. But it wasn't for the Spurs this time. And Thunder, they didn't follow the date numerology. So 2 games in a row, this Blazers and Thunder game did not follow the date numerology. Blazers could have got the 30th loss on the 30 date. Thunder could have got the 23rd win on the 23 date. Neither game followed the date numerology. So I'm not going to use date numerology for this series anymore. It's obviously on some different riddle. Had the Thunder won last night, it would have been 9-9 in the series. Portland Trail Blazers 99, Thunder 99. Blazers are now at 55 wins. Thunder are now at 35 losses. And if I remember right, we looked at the next game and it'll be on a date with 35 numerology. So the Thunder are going to be heading back with those 35 losses on the 35 date. So let's get into it. Let's get into today's game. Again, first game up in baseball. I said, ugh, mad at myself for not pulling the trigger on the Phillies because it was my first thought yesterday. But again, we said today we should get a free pick because we got 2 pitchers on the mound with 117 connections, Zach Wheeler and Jake Arrieta. And let me just get up our ciphers here. In case you're new here, we use the 4-base ciphers, alphabetic order, forwards and backwards. With the reduction ciphers, there's rules of numerology using the master numbers. That's what these exceptions are. So these aren't different ciphers. They're just incorporating the master numerology. And sometimes it can make things tougher because you're looking at more numbers, but you want to know the exceptions because if you don't see them, you can also miss big clues. So Zach Wheeler, 117. He's got 117 connections. And then we have Jake Arrieta, who's also got the 117 connection. This is what we were looking at yesterday, saying, no matter what happens today, it looks like the Mets at 11-7 is very likely tomorrow. So let's just look a little bit more thoroughly, but that 117 definitely jumping out. And let me also get up MLB.com. I got to make sure our home and away records are right because ESPN has not been doing a good job with the home and away records. Okay, so the Mets on the road 8-4, Phillies at home 7-4, and that is not up to date again. So Mets 8-4. ESPN has 7-3, and Phillies again 7-4. So okay, way off. 8-4, 7-4. All right. Zach Wheeler, 34-31. So going for the 35th win or the 32nd loss. And today's date numerology, 60, 33, 24. Our most crucial date numerology methods. We have the lesser method of 40. Because it's the 17th of the month, keep in mind the number 59, 59 the 17th prime, 107th day of the year, that's the 28th prime. Okay, so for Wheeler, none of those numbers are popping for his stats. Let's pull up his splits real quick. Where did his splits go? How come I don't see them? Something. Hold on, let me do this again. Why is it not coming up? There we go. Splits. All right, so Phillies. He's 4-1 against the Phillies. 4-1. 10 games he's faced them. 3.36 ERA, so he's been pretty solid against them for his career. And Arrieta, check out Arrieta's stats. Jake Arrieta. So what's interesting about Arrieta is he is going for his 101st career win. We know Philadelphia is 101. It doesn't have to come today. If they had 26 numerology, I'd be all over that because 101 is the 26th prime. His next loss is his 69th. With the Phillies, he's 12-12. But that next win should be symbolic. Phillies schedule. Okay, so they start a new series with the Rockies tomorrow. And that is tomorrow, right? Yep. And the Mets start, let's see. Mets play the Cardinals tomorrow. Okay. I noticed with the Phillies with the loss would be 10-7, right? Kind of like the date they became 10-6 on the 106th day. They'd be 10-7 on the 107th day. So Mets got the Cardinals and Phillies got the Rockies. All right, Rockies. Rockies is 109. They were in store for a losing. Oh, look at that. Colorado Rockies 107. So if the Phillies lost today, not only would they be 10-7 on the 107th day, then they would be hosting or they'd be at the Rockies next. And you know what's weird is if they lost 2 in a row against the Rockies, they would be 10-9 on the 109th day of the year. Tomorrow's the 108th day of the year, Major League. We just saw that Rockies is 109. It's possible that the Phillies are in store for a little losing streak here. They could be 10-9 on the 109th day of the year facing the Rockies. Again, these home and away records are screwed up. The Mets are actually 8-4 away, and the Phillies are 7-5 at home. The reflection is 75. It's 57. I know Mets is 57, and I think New York Mets might be. Yeah, New York Mets is 57 as well. Did I do Arrieta stats? I forgot to do Arrieta splits. Arrieta versus the Mets. 2-3. Well, the only scare there is he could become 3-3. We know New York's 33. We got a 33 date. But still, just looking down the road, everything else, I'm still digging the Mets here. It's the only apprehension. He's pitched well against the Mets historically. I mean, Arrieta was a lights-out pitcher in the past. I think he hasn't been as hot. How did he finish last year? Yeah, he hasn't been as dominant the last 2 years, about a 4 ERA. He's off to a good start this year. So I got to roll with the Mets there. I got to roll with the Mets, especially seeing Colorado Rockies 107 tomorrow's series. Philadelphia, Philly. I'm not missing anything. But yeah, I gotta go with the Mets. We got the double 11-7 connection. The opponent tomorrow. Make sure there's not something with the Cardinals. It was Cardinals. See that. All right, so the Brewers, again, Waka's 99, Brewers is 99. We had the Brewers winning yesterday so that they could win today and get to 9-9. Still digging that. Let me let's just make sure we got the home and away records right here. So the Brewers are, oh, and that's right. Milwaukee Brewers equals 82. They can become 8-2 at home against Seattle's 82. The Brewers used to be the Seattle Pilots. And the Cardinals, they are 4-6 away. St. Louis is 47, so there's some rhyme and reason to becoming 4-7. I forget what's up with the Corbin Burns. But Waka, 99, like Brewers, 99. Again, Milwaukee Brewers, 82. So, Brewers got the Dodgers tomorrow at home. I don't know if there's any big clue with that. Los Angeles Dodgers. Well, the only concern there is that if they lost, they could be 7-3 at home to host the Dodgers, but I'm not going to let that take me off it. That 99 is the better riddle. The Brewers go anywhere with the record be 13-6. Yeah, I'm not seeing what the next riddle could be yet. Trying to make sense of what the record could be when they host the Dodgers. If there's anything there. Yeah, we'll have to think about it more. But I still like the Brewers to do it, the 9-9 thing. And just to be thorough, let me just pull up the stats real quick. Michael Wacha, 53-32. He can get his 33rd loss on this 33 date. That goes with the numerology. And Brewers, woo, he's 5-0 against the Brew Crew. How about that? 12 games against them. That's about a 4 ERA. But he hasn't been dominant against them. He does have a good record. Corbin Burns. He had a bad first. He's off to a bad start this year, but he had a great year last year. Young guy, still plenty of time to get it right. Let's see. Cardinals. Let's see. He's 1-0 against the Cardinals, 4 games. He hasn't pitched the best against them historically, but I'm still riding that 99 wave. Walk-in Brewers 99, 8-2 at home. Miller's also 33. Again, that opposing pitcher can get his 33rd loss. Miller Park today. So, Miller Park's 92. If the Brewers beat the Dodgers in the first game, they would be 9-2 at Miller Park. So the only thing I could say going against the Brewers is just the possibility of falling to 7-3 at home. But 99 is the better riddle, if you ask me. Okay, Royals, White Sox. So we had 2 great clues the last 2 days. I remember Brad Keller equals 36, or Keller equals 36. And let's get the correct records up here. Royals are 0-5 away. They still haven't won 1 away. And the White Sox are 3-5 at home. Something to think about is Illinois 45, Major League's 45. We know that's a big number. But Keller has this 36 connection who's going today for the Royals. Keller with the 36. There wasn't a 45, was there? Okay. What's the Royals' schedule here? If the Royals win one and lose one in their next two, they'll have a prime number relationship in the record. Okay, so they got the Yankees next on the 108th day of the year. 13 is the sixth prime number. That's just what I'm looking at. That they could be 13 and 6. Hold on. That was at the Yankees. Royals at the Yankees tomorrow. Yankees are hit and miss right now. 108th day of the year. Okay, let me think about today's date numerology. All right, let's see. Kansas City, 60, 50, 59. Kansas City Royals, 59. Royals is also 36. So there's another 36. So we got Keller 36. We got Royals 36. If the White Sox drop one today, they would be 3 and 6 at home. Amazing to me how ESPN's stats can be so off. Okay. So there's a little bit of reason so far to believe in the Royals today. And again, that would make the Royals, what would make the Royals again? Make the Royals, it'd make them 1 and 5 at home. Or I'm on the away, I mean. 1 and 5. Okay. And let's see here. White Sox. White Sox. Chicago White Sox. So that's why they're 7 and 9 right now. Again, they're 7 and 9 at home, and they're 7 and 9 on the season, and they're 3 and 5. Chicago White Sox 79, Chicago 35. But where do they go from here? No. If the Chicago drop this one today, they'd have a chance to, well, that it's always tough when Chicago's at 3 and 6 because Chicago's 37 and 46. So they could go either way. Let's see who the White Sox play next. Well, they play Detroit next, and Detroit's 37, but that's not at home. That's not at home. Let's see who they play at home next. Baltimore. Baltimore doesn't have connection to those numbers. Maryland's got a connection to 47. Okay, so let's look at the stats. Brad Keller. Hold on. He's 11 and 7. 11 and 7. I don't think, let's make sure we don't have a connection there. Chicago White Sox. White Sox. Royals. Kansas City. Royals. Okay. I don't see, there's no strong clue for which way his record could go. I mean, 11 and 8 has been quite the theme this year, right? But it doesn't have to go that way. So let's see. PA. What is P? Players against. What is that stat? I'm just seeing the stats 127. I'm not sure what PA stands for, though. At bats, runs, hits, doubles, PA 127. That's just what his record could be, so that's why it's jumping out. He's 3 and 1 against the White Sox. Make sure I'm not missing something. Royals, White Sox, Kansas City. Kansas City is 41. Could be 4 and 1. Gotta close that. All right, Kansas City. Batters faced 127. That must be what this stat is too, just a different abbreviation for it. So interesting that he's faced 127 batters and he could become 12-7 today. Could be a coincidence, just stands out. So if he won, he'd be 4-1 against the White Sox, and we see Kansas City has that 41 connection. Giolito, I forget what his stats were. We took a peek yesterday. Giolito. 15-18. Kansas City 67, the 19th prime. So he could pick up his 19th loss against Kansas City. So there's a little rhyme and reason to that too. 15-17 with the White Sox. All right. Royals. 4-0 against the Royals. Well, that's tough because that means he could become 4-1 or 5-0. And I know Kansas City's also 41-50. So that's tough. That makes things a little tough. Who do the White Sox play next again? Detroit. All right, let's see if we can make sense of the records with the next opponent. White Sox got the Detroit Tigers next. Detroit 98. I can't do that. Detroit Tigers 79. They're already there. Tigers. Yeah, I don't think we can figure that out that way. Tigers Stadium, what's it called? Is it Comerica Park? Is that what it is? Comerica Park. How do you spell it? Comerica Park. No, not going to get it. All right, Royals are playing the Yankees next. Yankees. I don't know if the music's coming through in the background. My lady's working out here. She finished her school. Let's see. New York Yankees. Yeah, I don't think there's a great clue there. The strongest clue to me is that Keller's 36, Royals is 36. The White Sox could fall to 3-6. I do think the Royals are going to win one of their next two to do that 13-6 thing. And I don't know who's the better team right now, the White Sox at home or the Yankees at home, but probably more likely to lose tomorrow after traveling a day. I'm not crazy about this game. I'd give the edge to the Royals. I might just let that one go, though. All right, Dodgers and Reds. So let's see what the actual home and away records are here. Dodgers and Royals. Okay, Dodgers are 8-4 at home, and the Reds are 0-6. Now, if the Reds won today, they'd be 1-6, kind of like 16. Los Angeles 53, the 16th prime. Think about Super Bowl 53 with the 16 points. And part of me thinks the Dodgers have a connection to 85, so let me check that out. Let me see if I'm wrong about that. The Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm making this up. Maybe they don't. Dodger Stadium. Well, they do have a connection to 94. Okay, they could become 9-4. They had one though. No? Okay, I'm wrong about that. But Dodger Stadium was 94. Start 9-4 at home. Okay. Cincinnati Reds. Cincinnati Reds. Reds. The Dodgers would be 12-8. Make sure there wasn't some 128 connection. Dodgers. Okay, so we have Walker Buehler on the mound. We know that Buehler equals 118. Walker Buehler equals 84, like their home record. Dodgers big favorite tonight. Again, the one thing going for the Reds is that they could get to 1-6. Buehler. He's 10-5. 10-5. It is the year of the 115th World Series, so 11-5 could be symbolic. Buehler. Buehler. Okay, then the other, all right, let's see his splits against the Reds. Oh, and 1 against the Reds, 3 ERA, so he didn't pitch a bad game. And he's going up against Sonny Gray. I spelled this guy's name wrong. Sonny Gray. Oh, this guy could get his 60th win on the 60 date. The only other thing to consider, though, is he could get his 55th loss in Los Angeles. Los Angeles does carry the 55 value, but 60 date numerology. He's pitching great so far this year. Let's see how he's done against the Dodgers. 1-0. No, he pitched a nice game against the Dodgers in his past. So his one game against the Dodgers was at Dodger Stadium, and he had a nice game there. So he's pitched well here before. I think there's a chance at an upset here. Make the Dodgers 11-9. Let's see who these teams play next. It's that 1-6 thing is standing out to me. 53 the 16th prime. So Dodgers play the Brewers next. Is there a record that would make sense for the Brew Crew? Brewers is 99. The 11-9 factor into 99. I'm gonna go to the bank with that. Milwaukee Brewers 190. Milwaukee Brewers 170. About the Reds. Reds schedule. Reds got the Padres next. Maybe Be 6-11. They'd be 1-6 on the road. Padres. San Diego Padres. Okay. No great clues there. There is a chance at an upset here. It's that this Sonny guy can get his 60th career win, and he's pitched well. He's only pitched here one time. But the fact that he could get his 60th win on the 60 date stands out. You got to consider the 55th loss in Los Angeles as well. But the 1-6 in LA also makes a little bit of sense. So, all right, Red Sox and Yankees. I know those home and away records aren't correct. Let's see. The Yankees are 4-6 at home, and the Red Sox are 3-9 away. Okay. If the Red Sox lost, they'd do the prime number relationship thing, 13, the sixth prime. So that's one thing that stands out. Again, the Yankees are 4-6, so they'd become either 4-7 or 5-6. All right, let's see here. Boston, Red Sox, Red Sox. Yankees, New York Yankees. Let me see. Nathan Eovaldi. Eovaldi 58. All right. Eovaldi. Yeah. J.A. Happ is 47 as well. If the Yankees lost, they'd be 4-7 today. If they won, they'd be 5-6. So that could go either way. Again, if the Red Sox lose, you got the prime numbers. And Y's got that 6 connection. Is this the last game between these teams? They could stay on 6 wins against the Yankees. Yankee Stadium. 49. Well, that's another trick. If the Red Sox won, they'd be 4-9 away. Is that tough? All right, let's see their stats. Nathan Eovaldi, 44-53. Big baseball number. Okay, how about his splits? One and one against the Yankees. Has great ERA against them. 4 games. So he pitches well against the Yankees historically. About half. Haps at 109 wins. Yankees is 109. He could get his 85th loss. Uh-oh. That's trouble. Red Sox is 85. So is Boston. So Hap could get his 85th loss. And then his record would be 109. Yankees 109 and 85. And most historic rivalry in probably all of sports. So that makes things tough. That makes things tough right there. Perfect opponent to get the 85th loss to. The only thing about going with the Red Sox is you're going against the prime number relationship. And again, prime numbers don't always hit, but they hit, I would say, at around 70%. So hold on. I don't have the phone next to me. I think somebody's calling. Caller?
Hey, Zach, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
I think I called in Saturday or Sunday regarding about how when the series ends and how the games line up.
Right.
I mentioned that Sunday. So, like, if you follow this baseball, I feel like it's all about, like, the streaks. If you look at, like, the standings and, like, how each division is, like, you can kind of see, like, that they just kind of, like, line up. Like, the AL East is win 2, win 1, L1, win 2, L2. You can kind of, like, see how kind of like the games are going to go. Like, they kind of just seem to line up with each other. So I was thinking the strategy for today that I usually follow, and I know your numbers and like all the numbers and stuff definitely have the effect with it, but I was thinking if the Phillies win, then tomorrow they come against Colorado. So you can kind of like say if Philadelphia wins, then Colorado should win the later game. Or did I have this all written down? Oh, sorry, Colorado won yesterday, so they don't play today. So now they play Philadelphia tomorrow. So I feel like Philadelphia will win because going into a win-win. And then with Kansas City and the Chicago White Sox, Kansas City plays the Yankees tomorrow. So if you can watch that game to see if Kansas City wins, and then they play the Yankees tomorrow. So that'd be like an indicator for the Red Sox and Yankees game.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, you can do what you want. The numbers were pretty strong for the Mets to get it done today. But
were they? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was thinking for the early, it was Philly, the Brewers, because they play the Dodgers, and the Dodgers should win. Kansas City, because they play the Yankees in Kansas City, and then Pittsburgh.
All right.
That's kind of what I was going off of, because usually when the series ends, they kind of like usually line up.
Yeah, well, I looked at that the other day when you said it, and it didn't work out so well that way, just looking at it. I mean, I haven't paid attention to it long enough to know if there's a real pattern to it or not. But
yeah,
so
yeah, I just wanted to take note again because the series were ending and see if that lines up again.
Yeah, well, pretty much everything you just said contradicted everything I've said today, so we're definitely not on the same page today. But
yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, sounds good.
All right, man.
I just want to let you know.
All right, thanks, dude. Later.
Yeah.
All right, but again, just for people who got here late, both pitchers' names equal 117. Mets can be 11-7. Today's the 107th day of the year. Phillies can fall to 10-7. They play the Colorado Rockies next. Colorado Rockies equals 107. So I think the Mets got a good shot today. I do like the Brewers. This Royals and White Sox, there's not a whole lot to go off of, but Royals and Keller equal 36. The White Sox could fall to 3-6 at home. This isn't correct what ESPN has up here. Reds and Dodgers is definitely a risk, but we saw that Sonny Gray could get his 60th career win on the 60-date numerology. It would make the Reds 1-6 away, kind of like 16. Los Angeles is 53, the 16th prime. Red Sox and Yankees looks like a bit of a crapshoot. We just saw that J.A. Happ could get his 85th career loss. Boston's 85, so is Red Sox. So that's a hard one to overlook. There's not some 84 connection. And again, that would keep Happ at 109 wins and then give him the 85th loss. So Yankees, Red Sox, exactly what the matchup is. We got riddles going both ways in that game, though, so I'm not thrilled about it. If the Red Sox lost, they'd have the prime thing going 13, the 6th prime, NY equals 6. Okay, Indians and Mariners. Again, Indians are at 10-7 right now. Seattle's 107. Both teams are 5-6 with the home and away. This isn't up to date here. Seattle, WA, 56 and 137, just like what Seattle's record's at right now. We know that Seattle's next series is against the Anaheim Angels, and their next they'll be on the road. If they lose their next game on the road, they'll be 8-2 on the road. Seattle equals 82. And the thing about Seattle facing Anaheim next, I know they're Los Angeles, but they play in Anaheim, is Anaheim is 138, and Anaheim Angels, is that what it was? Or maybe it's Los Angeles Angels? Los Angeles Angels. Yeah, it's Los Angeles Angels that play in Anaheim, is 139. So I'm wondering if the Mariners' losing streak could continue, if they could fall to 13-8 today, and then even lose that first game in Anaheim and fall to 13-9. Let's look at this a little bit more and see if there's some other big clues out there. Indians. The Indians are 4-7. Or no, excuse me. They're 5-6. Indians 10-7. Wonder if their record will eventually get to 11-9. Cleveland Indians. Cleveland Indians. Carrasco's 57. If the Yankees, Carrasco's also 138. So if the Mariners lost, they'd be 13-8, and they'd be 5-7 at home facing Carrasco. Caller?
Hey, Zach.
Yeah.
Hey, the Indians, they're 5-6 away. So
that's what I just said. That's what I just said.
7.
Yeah. Both teams could.
Have you but you know the 5-7 and 14-7
World
you know
Series.
What that means.
World Series.
Yeah, and if they lose, they'll be 10-8.
Like Major League.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what makes it tough.
The Giants game.
The Giants game.
Yeah, have you covered it yet?
Well, I noticed that they can fall to 8-11.
Yeah, I told you 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And it's against Washington, and they can be 8-8. We know that's like the big Trump number. And then I think the pitcher for the Giants, I think his full name is 88, and his birthday is like the conspiracy date, 123.
Are you talking about Jeff Sardine Can?
Yeah, his name is like Jeffrey Allen, and he went to Notre Dame, which is real funny. Yeah, he has the conspiracy birthday, and his middle name is, I think it's Jeffrey Allen. Yeah, Jeffrey Allen. You might want to double check on Google, but I gotta go to work, so.
Okay, but I am digging that already because we know what's up. The Oakland Athletics didn't hit that riddle, but the Giants could. Yeah, you're right. His full name is 88.
It's going to be Oakland because it's really not about Oakland. It's about San Francisco. Because remember last year when the Pirates played
Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds.
Yeah. Remember how we were talking about how the Pirates only played 161 games last year, and they were playing against Miami, and Miami has that 27 ritual thing going on.
Right.
Yeah, I think I found what it was because Pittsburgh, they have a bridge behind their stadium. It's called the Roberto Clemente Bridge,
right.
And that equals 118.
Does it really?
Yeah, he used to hit dingers there all the time. They painted it yellow for him and everything.
Right. Barry Bonds is at 118, and they retired his jersey in San Francisco last year, August 11th. So.
Yeah. And they have the Roberto Clemente Bridge, which is 118. And that's, I was trying to figure out what's that 161 in Pittsburgh. And yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I'm probably going to lay off of it, but.
Yeah, I'm digging the Giants, though, becoming that record. Yeah, Roberto Clemente Bridge, 118. You're right on, man.
Yeah, that's what we were looking for last year when I was like, why would they only play 161? But we know that's like
something number with Oakland, and yeah, but
very good work. Appreciate it. All right, thanks, man. Yeah, if you guys missed my video on Bond's jersey retirement, I think it's still up on my sports channel. They retired his jersey 18 days after his 54th birthday. Bond's 54-18, like baseball. Thing was synced up with the 114th World Series. Perfect. And the Giants and the Pirates were playing Bonds' teams. Okay. So the one thing I can say for the Mariners is if they win today, I'll be happy because they'll be 14-7, which is a World Series number. If they lose, they'll be 5-7, which is also a World Series number. So either way, they can hit a World Series number. But I feel like you want to hit a World Series number on a win, personally. Just seems more right. But again, I just got another feeling that they're going to lose because Carrasco's 138, Anaheim's 138, who they face next. I really do think they're going to lose their next road game, which I've been saying even before they went on this home losing streak. Just because they'll be 8-2 on the road in Seattle's 82. That would also no, never mind. But that would make the Mariners 13-9 if they lost 2 more in a row. And Los Angeles Angels 139 as we just put up. Let's see if the Indians got a connection to what their record can be here. Cleveland's 5-6. They'll win one and lose one in their next 2 games. Cleveland Indians 67. So there's no. Oh, Mariners is also 56. I was overlooking that. So Seattle Mariners. Date numerology. All right, let's look at these pictures more carefully. So Carrasco had that 138 thing going. Carlos Carrasco, 56. His name 97 like Mariners. Mariners can't be 14-6 against him. Eric Swanson. Eric Swanson. None of these records can be. All right, let's see the stats. Carlos Carrasco, 80-64. Is there a 65 connection up here? 56. All right, so Swanson looks like this is going to be his first start of the year. He hasn't started yet. Did some middle relief and didn't do very good. So he doesn't have enough stats to go out. Let's go back and look at Carrasco's splits here. And what was he going for? He's got the experience. 80-64. He's 4-3. Now that's interesting because if he lost, he'd be 4-4, and Seattle's 44. So that is something to consider. He could also get a no decision. Mariners is 43, Indians is 43. He could stay right there. Got a 4 ERA against the Mariners. 9th game. What's the Mariners losing streak right now? 5 straight, is that what it is? 5 straight losses. Cleveland's on a 2-game winning streak. Caller?
Hey, Zach, you still talking about Seattle?
Yeah.
All right, they have 20 straight games with home runs. They're 7 away from the 27 streak. You think they'll tie it this year?
MLB 27. I'd have to think about it. I know Seattle and the Mariners don't have a connection to 27. Seattle has a connection to 28, though. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll do that. I'll go look at their next games and see if they can get one. But what you need to start doing for your games is, like, let's say the Pittsburgh and Tigers game. Just go to Google and type in Pittsburgh Tigers keys to the game, and it's gonna be like the first 2 or 3 articles that pop up, and you can just review on like the hidden stats. Like they'll say this pitcher is this against this team, or you have to look at this, or this player's in the slump. So you can just you know what I'm saying?
So the 2 teams in keys to the game, and just see what the bullet points are they're putting out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure it's by like somebody who's not like on their own. Make sure it's like by like it'll
like CBS Sports or something, right? CBS Sports,
yeah.
that type of thing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
It helps.
Absolutely, it does, because sometimes they put a number out there and you're like, oh God, I know what that number is all about. So, All right, man, I'll do that. Appreciate it. Okay. I'm just thinking about who the Indians play next. Look, we have the battle of the native teams. Remember how both the native teams got genocided on Christopher Columbus Day, eliminated from the playoffs? And that same day, the Redskins got wasted on Monday Night Football by the Saints. So 109th day of the year. Is there a clue to that? I don't think genocide sums to 109. I know military does. Native 71. It was 71 days from the Pope's birthday when that genocide thing happened. Catholics also 71. Atlanta Braves. I'm just seeing that game's on the 109th day of the year, so the Indians could potentially have a 10-9 record on that day. If they lost today, again, Indians would be 10-8, like Major League's 108. Where was that game? That game's in Cleveland. Braves, it's not there. Wait, it's Ohio? Cleveland, Ohio is 109. So if they lost today and lost their next game on the 109th day of the year in Cleveland, Ohio, they could be 10-9. More riddles do seem to stack in favor of the Indians, but that's not a guarantee they're going to win. It's just like yesterday, I thought that Blue Jays Twins riddle was golden. All right, let's see it. Let's try it out. Let's do a Indians Mariners keys to the game. See if we can find some juicy little stat. News Tribune, Washington Post. All right. April 17, 2019. How can that? Let's try this. Preview. Winners and whiners. Let's see here. Carlos Carrasco off to a rough start. .6 ERA. Does Seattle have a connection to that? Seattle Washington has that 13-9 connection though. That was part of Russell Wilson's contract thing yesterday, 139. Let's see. We saw that he could become 4-4 in Seattle. That's the haunting thing right there. Indians and Mariners both 43, Seattle 44. So yeah, still tight there on that one. Here, we can do it for the do it for Red Sox, Yankees too, real quick. All right, let's see. In the first 19 meetings on the season, the Yankees cruised to an 8-0 win Tuesday, 19 the 8th prime. The Yankees entered the series with a 6-9 record. First of 19 meetings, huh? All right, scan and see if anything's jumping. Worst start since 96, 23 years ago, the 9th prime. Before eventually finishing 85 and 77. You know what Boston equals? Look at Boston with the alphabetic order and the reverse alphabetic order. Two of our 4-base ciphers, 85 and 77. Again, we saw that Happ was going for his 85th career loss tonight. The Yankees will hope, Jake. So Happ's not pitching well, as we know. The left-hander is 8 and hold on. Happ 0-2 owns an 8.76 ERA after allowing 6 runs. The left-hander is 8-4 in 21 regular season games, 20 starts against Boston. Yay. So not only could he get his 85th loss, he could become 8-5 tonight. Boston's 85, Red Sox is 85. Red Sox might be 77 in reverse as well. Yeah, Red Sox is 85 and 77, just like Boston. So that's pretty condemning right there, that he could become 8-5 and get his 85th career loss. And then here's Chris Sale with the 8.50 ERA on Tuesday for one more in your face. So I'm thinking Happ is doomed tonight. I'm thinking his 85th loss probably is coming. Yankee Stadium's 49. Again, the only concern for me is that the Red Sox, if they lost, they'd be 13 and 6, the prime number relationship. But that double 85, that is something else. Let me continue reading. Let's see if they got anything for Eovaldi. Allowed 14 runs in his first 3 starts. So not off to a good start either. So he's pitched well against the Yankees. Yeah, just seeing the 85 and 8-5 thing, Boston and Red Sox 85. I got to favor the Red Sox here on this one. So I know the prime number thing's there, but here, let's just do that let's just go back and do it real quick. Again, I don't mind putting in the time. I hope you guys don't mind, but the last 2 days have been pretty mediocre, and Sunday sucked outside of Tiger Woods. So I I want a great day. Let's see. Dodgers and Reds preview. Let's see. Okay, here we go. A rare midweek day game at Dodger Stadium on Wednesday. Okay. So the Reds are down at the bottom of the league, as we know. So Buehler. Buehler went 8 for 5, they point out. Okay, so Buehler went 8 and 5 his rookie season. If the Dodgers lost tonight, this isn't correct. They're 8 and 4 right now. If they lost, they'd be 8 and 5. And maybe there'd almost be some sort of tribute to the Red Sox, who they faced last year. Maybe that's why I was thinking about 85 earlier with them. So he went 8 and 5 last year. The Dodgers could fall to 8 and 5 at home if they lost tonight. An 11-7 defeat in the last game to the Cardinals, and I'm pretty sure Dodgers is 117, so 11-7 defeat against the Cardinals. Red starter Sonny Gray wouldn't mind if both power hitting run producers took another day to rest. All right, so the Dodgers are hoping to get both Cody Bellinger and Justin Turner back. So it's not, they might play. Oh, so Gray got hurt in the last game. Again, we saw that Gray was going for his 60th career win on the 60-date numerology, also possibly his 55th loss in Los Angeles. The Reds won, they'd be 1-6 on the road. First road win, kind of like 16, Los Angeles 53, the 16th prime. So I'm just wondering if Buehler could make the Dodgers 8 and 5 at home after going 8 and 5 last year. We did see that Dodger Stadium, though, was 94, so this game's definitely dicey. But I think the Reds got a prayer to upset. I imagine they're probably a run and a half spread. Dodgers, Reds, April 17th, 2019. Let's see. What is it, a 1.5 run thing? One and a half runs. That's usually what it is. So I'd be inclined to take the spread if I bet on the Reds, but I do think they have a prayer there. Okay. Let's see. White Sox, Royals. Again, for people who got here late, for the early games, we like the Brewers, and I'm digging the Mets riddle today, so we'll see. White Sox preview. Oh, shoot. What, they don't have a preview for this game? All right, there we go. Okay, looking for a sweep after 5-4 and 5-1 wins, so 10-5 so far. On Monday and Tuesday night, respectively, Chicago will face Keller for the second time this year. The first time didn't go so well as Keller ceded just 2 hits and a walk. And again, remember, Keller equals 36, so does Royals, and the White Sox can fall to 3-6 at home. So that was the opening day. They won it 5-3. This last start on Friday. So Keller stopped the losing streak too. So we threw a lot of pitches. So Keller, he's got the numbers. So again, Keller and Royals 36. Chicago could become 3-6 at home. This isn't up to date. So okay. These games are already. All right, let's get on with the games that we're already looking at, or the games we haven't looked at. So Indians and Mariners is still tight. Again, Carrasco's 138 though. So is Anaheim, who the Mariners face next. So Los Angeles Angels 139. Seattle Washington 139. Mariners could be 13-9, losing that first game. I do think the Mariners are going to lose that first game against the Angels. So if they lost today, that means they would be 13-9. Okay. Pirates got it done against the Tigers yesterday. This isn't up to date. Tigers, I know, are 4-3 at home now. They have 43 runs scored too. 4-3 at home. 8-8. And the Pirates, they are 5-4 away. And 9-6. And yesterday we saw how both these pitchers have a connection to 88, like the Tigers coming in 8-8, as we assumed they would. Let's do the little preview thing here. See if they give us any standout numbers to look for. The Detroit Tigers will try to snap a 4-game losing streak. Spencer Turnbull will make his 8th major start appearance. Starling Marte hit a 2-run homer in the 10th inning as the Pirates won the series opener 5-3 on Tuesday. The Tigers have scored 4 or fewer runs in 14 of their 16 games. Let's see. Turnbull. Okay. So Trevor Williams, both pitchers are pitching okay. But it's Trevor Williams pitching maybe a little bit better. Williams has dominated the Tigers in 2 career starts. He won both while giving up no runs and just 1 hit in 13 innings. So Detroit's leadoff hitter's not getting it done. Okay. So let's see if we can find, again, what's the Pirates' away record? 5-4 away. Tigers 4-3 at home. All right, Pirates. Pittsburgh Pirates. Pittsburgh Tigers. Detroit Tigers. What's their record right now? 8-8. Detroit is 98. Detroit 98. Tigers turned it around. They could be 9-8. See these teams play. Pirates schedule. Pirates got the Giants next on the 109th day of the year. That game was at home, wasn't it? At home. Okay. Giants, San Francisco. San Francisco and Pittsburgh are both 76. San Francisco Giants, 114. How many games is that series? 3-game series. And the Tigers, who do they play next? The only thing I could say, if the Pirates lost, they'd be 9-7, right? 97 is the 25th prime. Giants equals 25. So there actually could be a little rhyme and reason to the Pirates losing and then hosting the Giants. The Tigers play the White Sox next. So, White Sox. White Sox. No, it's not going to help us. I know Illinois is 99. I mean, kind of cheating. But, Well, if the Tigers lost, they would be 4-4 at home, and Chicago's 44. Are they hosting that? So they're hosting Chicago next. So if they did lose, they'd be 4-4 at home. Chicago is 44. But that contradicts because if they won, they'd be 5-3. Connection to 53. Okay, so let's look at the pitchers more carefully. Trevor Williams. Williams is 44. If Detroit. Oh, Detroit's 44 as well. God, that goes both ways for Detroit, doesn't it? Because Detroit's 98 and it's 44. But if Detroit lost, they'd be 4-4 with Chicago coming in, and Chicago's 44. So you'd get the overlap that way. Man, Williams is 98 too. That is tough. Trevor Williams. What's up, caller?
Hey, so yesterday at the end of the call, I mentioned that the group of us are actually working on a site and everything. Today we're starting to demo up. Status page is already up. And so we're hoping by the end of your doing the Decode today, if not, by the time you have your show here tonight, we can have like a full demo that does exactly what you're doing so you can speed up the whole process for you.
Okay.
We already got all of MLB, all of NBA. I'm just working on coach's birthday and owner birthday. That's like the only thing really big that's left to do.
Okay, after the live stream, you want to call me up and maybe we can do a tutorial video, show people how it works?
Yeah, I mean, it's like just like the early stage right now. I've got it as a command line interface, and now I'm taking all of like the user portal type code that I've previously done so that we can later on do the Patreon integration, things like that. But it will be, rough tonight, and then into tomorrow and the next day we'll start refining it as people get feedback.
All right, sounds good, man. I look forward to it. Thank you so much.
All right, have a good day.
All right, yeah, take care. Very cool. Okay, that could be awesome. That could be awesome. All right, this Trevor Williams could go either way, though. He's got 98 and 44, just like Detroit. The one reason I'm slightly leaning towards the 44 is, again, because Chicago's also 44, and that's who the Tigers host next. Turnbull. Spencer Turnbull. And both guys 88. The Pirates are 5-4 on the road. Something Detroit, Michigan. Detroit, Michigan is 97 and 106. Man, this is a ball breaker. This is a ball breaker because that could go either way. And again, Giants is 25. 97 is the 25th prime. All right, let's see the stats here. Both pitchers are pitching decent. Turnbull's looking for his first win this year. His ERA is actually not so nice. Let's see. He's never faced the Pirates. So Trevor Williams, him. 23 and 20. Now there's something that stands out. We have a 24 date numerology. So Trevor Williams could get his 24th win on the 24 date. So, and again, that would make the Tigers 4-4 at home, Detroit 44, Chicago 44, who they host next. You know what? 8 and 9, that would be like 89, the 24th prime number as well. Pirates would become 10 and 6. Caller?
Hey, what's up, Zach? Chris, how's it going, brother?
Hey, man.
Good. Hey, just wanted to double check. I'm not near the stream there, but do we still like the Brewers for the same reasoning?
Yep, we do.
Same thing. Okay. Anything else? So that was it.
So real quick, games we've gone over. The Mets-Phillies 11 and 7 thing is still in effect. That game's already underway. If the Phillies do lose, they'll be 10 and 7 on the 107th day. They play the Colorado Rockies next. Colorado Rockies is 107. I'm favoring the Royals in the White Sox game because Keller's 36 and so is Royals. White Sox can become 3 and 6 at home. Keller's been pitching well. I'm thinking the Reds have a prayer to upset the Dodgers today. Buehler started 8 and 5 last year. If the Dodgers lose today, they'll be 8 and 5 at home. The Reds would become 1 and 6 away, kind of like 16. Los Angeles is 53, the 16th prime. That game's definitely risky. But Sonny Gray, the pitcher for the Reds, who's pitched well this year, he could get his 60th win on a 60-date numerology. Red Sox and Yankees, J.A. Happ can become 8 and 5 against the Yankees all time and get his 85th loss against the – or excuse me, J.A. Happ can become 8 and 5 against the Red Sox and get his 85th loss against the Red Sox. Boston and Red Sox equal 85, so I'm pretty sure that the Yankees are doomed because of that. That double 85 is too much. Eovaldi's pitched well against the Yankees for his career. Indians and Mariners is tight. I'm leaning towards the Indians, but I'd probably just shy away from that game. I have a feeling the Mariners are going to lose 2 more, and then maybe the losing streak ends. And we're doing Pirates and Tigers right now. That's where we're at. Trevor Williams, we noticed, could get his 24th career win on a 24-date numerology. So I'm leaning towards the Pirates in that one. Giants, I fully expect them to drop to 8 and 11 with everything we're looking at for August 11th and how important 8-11 is to San Francisco. So those are the thoughts so far. That's how far in we are.
Got it. Okay. And the Brewers, it seems like they're the strongest now.
I really like the Brewers with the 99 thing. Brewers 99. The pitcher for the Cardinals name equals 99. So yeah, I'm digging that.
And then we had pegged it, I think, early for the sweep because Milwaukee, St. Louis, the home away records as well. No.
So Milwaukee Brewers equals 73 and 82. They're originally from Seattle. Seattle's 82. If they win today, they'll be 8 and 2. If they lost, they'd be 7 and 3. That's the only concern for the Brewers, that if they lost, they'd be 7 and 3, and Milwaukee Brewers is 73. Milwaukee's also 37, the reflection. The Brewers do host the Dodgers next, and Los Angeles Dodgers is also 73. So there's always a chance that they could lose, but I'm really liking the 9 and 9 for the Cardinals with Brewers 99 and Waka 99. So and Waka, he can pick up a loss today that goes with the date numerology as well. Hold on, while you're on the phone, I'll just tell you what it is for Waka. I got to look it back up real quick.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Michael Waka can get his 33rd loss today on a 33-date numerology.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, welcome. See you.
Bye.
All right. So review for everybody. Okay, so the fact that Trevor Williams can get his 24th win on the 24 date, that's it's still a tight riddle. We saw how Detroit's 98. Detroit's also 44. They're either going to be 9-8 at home or they're going to be 4-4 at home, win or lose. But that Trevor Williams to me was the tiebreaker. So I wouldn't put this game in any parlay. I'll tell you that much. But I do favor the Pirates there. Okay, Giants and Nationals. Giants and Nationals. Again, that 8-11 thing. So that's the big assumption there. Giants got well, both teams have good pitchers going. Let's see what the actual home and away records are. The Giants they're away, right? They're 3-5 away, okay. And the Nationals are 3-6 at home. I need it one more time. I get confused every time I look back at the ESPN screen. 3-5 away, 3-6 at home. If the Giants lost 3 in a row on the road, they'd be 3-8. I know Giants is 38. But yeah, just that 8-11 thing. All right. So earlier we looked at this guy's full name. Caller called in and said his full name equals 88, kind of like how 8 and 11 is 88. Full name right here, 88 in the most pure cipher. Somebody pointed out that he went to Notre Dame to Notre Dame. Yeah, weird. 24. He's got 109, 128 birth numerology. He's got 128 birth numerology. His name's 128. Let's see if there was something else here. Giants. And the Nationals. All right, Giants, San Francisco. Giants, so nothing's really brewing there with that. I guess the Nationals could get to 8-8. George Washington's 88. Washington Nationals. Nationals. Okay. To win, they'd be 4-6. All right, let's see the stats here. Okay, this pitcher for the Giants is at 70 wins, 92 losses. Those numbers don't exactly go with today. And his splits, let's see how he's done for his career. 2-8. Well, Giants is 38. If he got the win, he'd be 3-8 against the team. But those numbers don't really connect with the Nationals themselves. All right, and then the other guy's Hellickson. Hellickson, 75 and 72. Also not going with the date. Pretty sure that doesn't go with the team names either. Giants. Oh, wait, San Francisco 76. He could get his 76th win over San Francisco. Okay, so that's a good sign actually for the Nationals pitcher. Hellickson. How many losses was he at? He was at 72. Okay. Jeremy Hellickson. Jeremy Hellickson's also 76. So he can get his 76th win over the proper opponent. Hellickson. Nationals Park. Nationals Park. Could go with that other guy's win or loss record either way. I forgot to check Hellickson splits. Our Giants. 2-2 against the Giants. And here we can check out these preview. Giants Nationals preview. All right. That 1.62 ERA, baseball 162, Major League Baseball 162, 162 games. He has not beaten them since 2013. So he's done poorly against the Nationals historically. Overall. The only thing that scares me is Giants is 38. But 8-11. So this guy's pitched well against San Francisco historically. He's done well too. So Anthony Rendon, he struggled against this pitcher. Okay. All right. One homer in 60 innings on the 60 date. So what we did see for the Nationals pitcher is he could get his 76th win in San Francisco 76. So, and then it gives us that 8-11 riddle. So I'm gonna ride the Nationals, riding the Nationals there. All right, Orioles and Rays. These home and away records are not correct. I think the Orioles are 6-5, but I think the Rays record's wrong. Orioles are 6-5 away, and the Rays are 6-2 at home. Okay, 6-2. Okay. Tampa Bay Rays. They end up at 7-4 at home. Rays are 63. Remember, Baltimore Orioles is 136. If the Rays dropped the next two games, they'd be 13-6. Had the Orioles won yesterday, I'd feel more confident in that riddle. Tampa Bay's a monster favorite again. But we just did see that Rays is also 63, and they could become 6-3 at home. Orioles. Let's see, what do they got going? So their record's correct. 6-5. Orioles. All right, let's look at the pitchers here. David Hess. David Hess, 4-12. Right. And his splits. Let's see if he's faced Tampa before. 2-1 against Tampa. He's had some success against them. 5 games. Pretty nice ERA. Sub-3 ERA, just barely. And Stanek. Let's see what's the next guy. Stanek is 2-3. Well, what's tricky there is he could become 3-3 on a 33 date, or he could become 2-4 on a 24 date. What's the other guy's record again? 4-12. Nothing there. So you can make an argument either way for him. And his splits against Baltimore. 0-1. +5 ERA. Let's see the gematria of these guys. Hess and Stanek. Hess is 33. I was trying to go 3-3. Stanek. Ryan Stanek. Yes. It has 62. Tropicana Field. St. Petersburg, Florida. Let's just check out St. Petersburg. One 1-8. 1-1-8. If the Orioles won, they'd be 8-11. Reflection. St. Petersburg, Florida. All right, let's see this preview here. Orioles Braves preview. Tyler. They're off to their best start ever, 13-4. Now, something that stands out at the Rays is if they won their next 2 games, which is also possible, they'd be 15-4, which is a big baseball number. So there's symbolism there to consider. All right. He allowed 6 hits off 13 batters, 13-6, prime numbers. Is this a recap of yesterday's game? Or is this, did I click preview? Oh, I don't want game recap. I want preview. Okay, here we go. Okay. So Tampa Bay had the reflection last year. That's funny. Tampa Bay was 4-13 last year. Now they're 13-4. They flipped it. Okay. 7 of its last 8. So there's a stat right there. Tampa Bay, which has now won 7 of its last 8. Tampa Bay, that is, equals 79. So something to consider. Okay. Let's see if any other numbers stand out. Chris Davis is sick. So obviously, betting on the Orioles in this game is a risk, but I think they got a prayer because the Rays could fall to 6-3 at home. Rays is 63, and again, Baltimore Orioles 136. If the Orioles snuck up and won 2 in a row, the Rays would be 13-6. So Tampa Bay, huge favorite. If I bet the game, I would definitely take the line again. But The other symbolism to think about is just the potential 15-4. Old baseball schedule, Doubleday equals 154. Abner Doubleday credited with American baseball. So let me just look at their numbers again. Tampa Bay Rays, if they went on a losing streak, they could also get to 13-7, huh? Yes. Actually, let's see who they play next. They play the Red Sox next. If they lost 2 in a row and lost to the Red Sox, Massachusetts is 33, 137, the 33rd prime. Possible. All right. Cole Hamels going today. Let's see. I know the Cubs are 4-7 away now, so that's wrong. Again, yesterday with the 47 pitcher, the Cubs got to 4-7. And the Marlins 3-9 at home. 3-9. Okay. Miami Marlins, Chicago Cubs. 3-9, 4-7. Notice that the Cubs won, they'd be 8-9, kind of like 89, the 24th prime on the 24 date numerology. Chicago Cubs. I'd make them 5-7 away. Oh. Cole Hamels is got the 39 and the 48 connection. If the Cubs lost, they'd be 4-8 away. Hamels. All right, Alcantara. See anything there? Let's see. Terra. 13-4. His name's 91, like Chicago Cubs. Okay. Let's look at the stats here. Cole Hamels, 158 and 114. Those numbers don't exactly go with today. Let's see his splits. First, the Marlins. (10-15) against the Marlins. 38 games. Florida 38. 3.45 ERA. He has a lot of history with them. Alcantara. Alcantara 3-4. Oh, what's tricky about that is Chicago's 35 and 44. It's 35 in the more pure cipher. Sandy Alcantara's 44. He could start his career 4-4. We saw that Cole Hamels was 48. Cubs could become 4-8 away. Let me see. Marlins Park. Marlins 49. The Marlins could be 4-9 at home with a win. That's another thing to consider. Marlins Park. $79. Cubs are 7-9. Okay. Let's read the little preview here. Oh, not box score. There we go. All right, let's see. See if there's any standout numbers. Hamels. All right, so Hamels is pitching well, as we know. Hamels, they're saying, is getting stronger each start. Okay. Cubs have won 5 of the last 7. Cole Hamels is 58, right? Or it's Hamels that's 58. Hamels is 58, okay. I think I screwed up yesterday. I think we were on the Cubs when we first did the decode with that pitcher with the 47 connections. Yeah. Miami's starting pitcher on Wednesday will be right-hander Sandy Alcantara, throwing 100 miles per hour. So, debut was good. 14-7. Huh. All right. Well, there's nothing screaming out about the numbers put in front of us other than potentially going 5 of their last 8 with Hamels on the mound. Hamels 58. But we did see that Cole Hamels equals 48. The Cubs could become 4-8 away. We did see that Marlins equals 49. They could become 4-9 at home. And is there one other thing? Let's look at who they play next. Last game here today. Marlins have the Nationals next. What about the Cubs? Play the Diamondbacks next. They host the Diamondbacks. All right, let me look at that again. Nationals. If the Marlins did win today, they'd be 4-9 to host Washington, and Washington's 49. Washington 49. Marlins 49. So I think the Marlins got a shot here. Cole Hamels 48, 4-8 away. Marlins 49 hosting Washington next, 4-9 at home. If they lost, they'd be 3-10. No, that goes with Washington. So Washington has the 59 connection too. If they did host it 4-9 and won the first game against Washington, they'd be 5-9. So I think I got to give the edge to the Marlins there in that one. The one thing for the Cubs was just becoming 8-9 on the 24 date because 89 is the 24th prime, but I don't think that's as good as the 49 riddle. All right, Diamondbacks and Braves. Now, I remember that Arizona Diamondbacks is 117. We thought the Braves could win 2 or 3 here. We suspected they would lose yesterday. They did. Arizona Diamondbacks 117. The only concern is you see this 99 right here. If the Diamondbacks did win today, they'd be 9-9. These home and away stats are not correct. The Diamondbacks, let's see. They're now 4-4 away. That was the big number yesterday, 44. And Atlanta's 7-4 at home. You know what? Atlanta's on the 84th meridian. So that's a big number with the history of that city. So Atlanta could become 8-4 at home. Let me see if technically they play in Cumberland, Georgia. Let me see what their coordinates are. Probably the same. All right, they're still on the 84th meridian too, just like Atlanta. Okay, so the Braves could get to 8-4 at home. That would make them 10-7 on the 107th day of the year. And make the Diamondbacks 4-5. And it would have the Braves in good position to get to 11-7. Let me check some more numbers here. Diamondbacks. Atlanta's 48, the reflection of 84. And the Braves is 89. That's how we had the Diamondbacks winning yesterday, getting to 8-9. Atlanta Braves. One more time. Diamondbacks. Call them the D-backs too. D-backs. Let's see the stats here. Zach Godley. He is 34-26. That doesn't go with our date. I think it goes with our team either. Double check. All right, it splits. Braves. 1-1 against the Braves. 7.4 ERA. It's not a good history. And Gossman, let's see here. (45-55). He could get his 46th win. Phoenix is 46, where the Diamondbacks play at. All right, let's see his splits. Diamondbacks 0-1. So neither of them have pitched very well against the opposing teams. Neither of them have numbers jumping out with the date. Let's see. Godley. 4-6. We saw that the opposing pitcher could get his 46th win, so he could get it against Zach Godley, his 46th win, just like Phoenix is 46. And Osman. So. They're trying to come 8-4 at home. Sure I'm not missing anything here. SunTrust Park 45. Well, it's also 54. It's 45 in the more pure cipher. So Diamondbacks lost, they'd be 4-5 away. Let me just make sure the Braves are 8-4. Make sure I looked at it right. Or no, they're 7-4. So again, they can become 8-4 and on the 84th meridian. So the Diamondbacks have a small riddle that's getting to that 9-9, but I'm digging the 11-7 a lot more. The Braves winning the next two. Let me let's look at who's pitching for these teams tomorrow too. Let's do that clue. Luke Weaver and Tuki Toussaint. Is how you say it? Luke Weaver. Not a great clue there. Tuki Toussaint. Shoot, not great clues with those guys. Okay. But yeah, I'm thinking that 11-7 and getting to 8-4 today. We'll have to double check tomorrow because Atlanta, Georgia is also 85, but thinking the 8-4 will come through today. So favoring the Braves there. That would also make them 10-7 on the 107th day of the year. Let me make sure there was no 28 connection. 107 is the 28th prime. Okay, but yeah, I give the Braves the edge there in that one. Man, this game yesterday, still can't believe it. So the home and away records are wrong again. Twins are 4-3 at home, and the Blue Jays are 3-5 away. Okay. 3-5 and 4-3. Blue Jays. Toronto Blue Jays 85. Toronto Twins. Minnesota Twins. 60. We got the 60 date. All right, let's look at the. I forgot to look at the preview for the Diamondbacks and Braves. Let's just do that. I want to do that for each game today, just in case we can pick up a juicy nugget. Let's see. Why did the preview? Oh, okay. I guess they just want to tell you what happened yesterday. Okay. This whole thing looks like a review. Preview. It says preview, but all right, here we go. Diamondbacks are hopeful Zach Godley can continue to be a road warrior. Okay, so he's pitching well on the road. Let's see. Diamondbacks won the first game 9-6. And what do we know about Diamondbacks? It equals 96. That's why we had the Braves coming into this series 9-6. So of course they win 9-6. What else is new? Seven 6 loss in most recent outing. Not pitching well against them. Just scanning this article here. If you guys are reading along with me. Seeing if there's anything here. He lost to the Diamondbacks September 7th in Phoenix. Interesting that the team's 9-7 right now. Again, he's going for his 46th career win. Phoenix 46. Zach Godley 46. He can get that 46th win against them. That was one of the better stats I saw decoding the game. Yeah, I'm still digging the Braves there. So, okay. Wasn't anything great in the preview. All right. Trent Thornton and Jake Odorizzi. All right, let's see the stats here. Trent Thornton. So he's a young guy. So he's not going to have a lot of information. And then this other guy is Jake Odorizzi. 47-50. I don't think those numbers go. So Blue Jays. Jays. Yeah, not quite. See his splits here. Computer's overheating. Let's see. Twins, Blue Jays preview. All right. No, wrong thing. Haven't had a losing streak yet, huh? Odorizzi 5-3 in his career against the Blue Jays. Let's just make sure again. Blue Jays. Toronto. Toronto's 36. The reflection is 63. The Blue Jays. Toronto needs to win just one of the final two games of the series. That guy's hitting well. Not seeing any killer details there. All right, let's check the gematria on these guys. Trent Thornton and Jake Odorizzi. Toronto's 3-5, right? If Toronto did lose, they would be 3-6. Toronto's 36. 3-6 on the road. Trent Thornton. The Twins come in 4-3 at home with Thornton on the mound. There's another example of the pitcher name syncing up with what the record is. Trent. Okay. Jake Odorizzi. $85 like Twins and Toronto Blue Jays. And 49 at 35th prime. Odorizzi. What's going on tomorrow? All right, let's see who's pitching tomorrow. Clay Buchholz. Clay Buchholz. 5-3. If the Twins won, they would be 5-3 at home with Clay Buchholz on the mound. He's got the 53 connection. 195 like Blue Jays. Michael Pineda. Does that go with anything? 64. Pineda. 49 like Toronto Blue. Was it Toronto Blue Jays? Blue Jays 49? Blue Jays 49. All right, let's think about that. Three. Yeah, not really a great clue for tomorrow. Other than maybe Buchholz is facing the Twins while they're 5-3 at home. So that's tough. Okay. So there's no super strong clues in this game. If Toronto loses, they are 3-6 away, and Toronto's 36. It's not a lot to go off of, though. So we saw that tomorrow's pitcher has the 53 connection. Twins could get to 5-3 at home, but yeah, there's not a great riddle there. I'm on the right day, yeah. Angels and Rangers. Okay, Angels and Rangers. Matt Harvey. All right, let's see. See the home and away real records here. The Angels are 6-1 at home. No, they're on the road. 2-8 away. Rangers is 82. And the Rangers are 7-3 at home. 7-3 and 2-8. Okay. I know Rangers have that 82 connection. Also 37, so they're 7-3 at home, the reflection of 37. Texas Rangers 74. If they lost at home, they'd be 7-4 at home. Texas Rangers 74. We got the 33 date, that 33-74 thing. Texas Rangers overall for the season. That'd make them 9-8. Rangers. Angels. The Angels again were 2-8, right? 2-8 away. Angels. Los Angeles Angels. Los Angeles 89. They start the season 8-9. See if they play each other again. Or Angels play the Mariners tomorrow back at home. Huh. That's actually the Mariners Angels game is actually more curious than we'll have to look at that more carefully tomorrow. I see if the Angels lost, they'd be 6-2 at home to the Seattle Mariners 62. Okay. But for this game right here, I don't know what record would if the Angels faced the Mariners on 8 wins, Seattle's 19, 19's the 8th prime. That's something to think about. 2-8. All right, let's see the pitchers. Matt Harvey. Matt Harvey's 74 as well. Rangers could be 7-4 at home. They could also be 8-3, but the Texas Rangers, I don't think they have the 83 connection. It's the 74. So that's interesting. I remember when Matt Harvey was the first pitcher to pitch in Houston after Hurricane Harvey flooding. That's how we called that World Series. Astros over Dodgers. Water puts out fire. All right, let's see. Harvey. Harvey 3-8. If the Angels won, they'd be 3-8 on the road. But man, it's 29-2. They could be 2-9 as well. Let's look at Lance Lynn. Lance Lynn, 37, Los Angeles. Lance Lynn. Okay. All right, let's look at their stats. Harvey. 41-45. So that doesn't go with our date. Rangers does have the 46 connection. He could pick up his 46th loss against the Rangers. So we got some flipping things here. Let's see his splits. Ooh, we got blown up by the Rangers. Last time he faced the Rangers, it wasn't good news. Lance Lynn, 83-58. Could stay at 58 losses against the Angels. Angels is 58. We just saw the Rangers pitcher get the 58th win against the Angels yesterday. Anaheim, Los Angeles. Angels is 85. Okay. What was Harvey again? Arlington, Texas. '82. Arlington. Saw that Arlington, Texas was 199. That's the 46th prime. Harvey could get that 46th loss. And And that would send the Angels back to Seattle to face Seattle with 8 wins. Against Seattle 19-19, the 8th prime. Who do the Rangers play again next? The Rangers won today. They would get to 10-7 on the 107th day of the year. Play the Astros next. The on fire Astros. Let's see if there's a clue there with that. Astros. Where was that game at? It's at home. And the Rangers are... Hmm. 3, Houston Astros. Well, you could make a riddle either way. They're 7-3. Now we saw that the Rangers had that 74 connection. If they lost today, they would fall to 7-4, and then they could win or lose against the Astros and get to 7-5 or 8-4. Also win today and then lose against the Astros and get to 8-4 at home. So that's tough. That could go either way. The yeah, it's a tough game because there's not really a great clue. It would be a fitting opponent for Matt Harvey to get his 46th loss. We saw the Rangers pitcher could stay on 58 losses against the Angels. So looking at the pitchers, you'd have to give the edge to the Rangers. But the thing that scares me is the Rangers falling to 7-4 at home. Doesn't have to happen. If they win, they're 10-7 on the 107th day of the year. But again, just that one 7-4 thing. Matt Harvey also had that 74 connection. Let me let's read the preview thing here. All right, here we go. Mike Minor. Okay, so that was yesterday. This looks like a review of yesterday's games. Okay, that is a review. How about a preview? Why does it say preview and then give you a review? Come on, ESPN. That's under the wrong thing. Nope. This could be it. Maybe they didn't do one for this game. All right, that's okay. Yeah, this one's tight. I'd probably just barely favor the Rangers, but I'd probably lay off it because of the 7-4 thing. So here's the Astros on a 10-game winning streak versus the Athletics. And what's the actual home and away here? Houston Astros 6-5. Athletics 4-5 at home. Okay. I know Houston, Texas is 46. Could fall to 4-6 at home against the Houston, Texas team. 4-5 and 6-5. Houston Astros. Houston Astros at 75. With the win, they'd be 7-5 on the road, the Astros. Astros. Athletics. 6-5 yesterday. Oakland Athletics. Okay. Overall records. And the Athletics are 6-5 at home, 6-5. If the Athletics didn't win tonight, they would be 6-6 at home. And what stands out about that is it's the 21st game of the season. If you add 1 through 6 together, it's 21. 21's the sixth triangular number. So something to consider. Astros play the Rangers next. Texas. Well, that's something else to consider. If the Astros lost, they'd be 6-6 away, and then they'd go into the Texas game 6-6. Because I think the Rangers were at home against the Astros next. Texas Rangers. So I don't see any great. Oh, I overlooked that with the Rangers. Rangers is 107, and the Rangers could get to 10-7 on the 107th day of the year. So yeah, I think I got to pull the trigger on the Rangers now because the pitchers were making sense for the Rangers to win. Matt Harvey getting that 46 loss, I didn't see that. So Rangers 10-7 on the 107th day of the year. I'm going to pull the trigger on that one. Okay. Astros and Athletics. All right, let's see if we can figure this out. Wade Miley. Stop there. Wade Miley. Name's 97 like Athletics and Oakland Athletics. Trying to get to 7-5. Frankie Montas. Montas. Let's look at this back here. 8-8. If he lost, he'd be 8-9, kind of like 89, the 24th prime. We got the 24 date numerology. Let's see how he's done against the Astros. 1-2, about a 6 ERA. He's been of course, they're one of the better run scoring teams in the league. So the Astros have lit him up though. Wade Miley. $72-77. Get a 73rd win, the 21st prime in the Athletics 21st game. It's just a thought. Wade Miley. His name's 97 like Athletics as well. Huh. If the Astros won 4 more games, it would be a 14-game winning streak. We know a lot of streaks end at 14. 16-5 is what their record would be. And their next 3 games with the Rangers. 3 games with the Rangers. 16-5. Texas Rangers. Astros. Texas. Coliseum. The thing about Houston Astros equaling 75 is either team could become 7-5 in their home and away record. And there's just that other thought about how Texas equals 66. The Astros' next game is against the Texas Rangers, the Texas series. So, I mean, their win streak, it's not like every win streak goes to 14. We just know a lot in there, and they're in the range where it's starting to become within the realm of possibility. Let's see if we can get something in a preview here. Oops, I typed in the wrong thing. No, not box score. I think ESPN hasn't written their previews yet for these later games, unless it's hidden in here. No. Let's see. I don't know about this website, Winners and Winers. Maybe they got good stuff. A's are the favorite. Carry the weight on my shoulder. Looks like I can't get rid of the N. All right, so Athletics are struggling with the Astros this season. Got off to a 2-5 start. I don't see. No numbers are screaming out here. I'd rather look at a preview from one of these more mainstream things, the ones that know how to code things. Let's see, like CBS or something. Don't have anything. All right, the one other thing I can look at is who they got pitching tomorrow. Wow, the Cardinals are up on the Brewers early, huh? Still a lot of game left, but come on. Where's the Astros at? Or do they have a day off? Just have a day off. So we got Verlander on the mound next. Verlander. Well, if they did lose today, they would be 6-6 away, like how Texas is 66. So, and we've seen a lot of pitchers come in and their name syncs up with what the current record is overall or home and away. So if the Astros lost today, they would be 6-6 away. So that's very interesting because Justin Verlander's 66. And So I'd say the Athletics definitely have a shot because of that. Texas is 66, who they face next, and Justin Verlander. The Texas series. I just wasn't missing anything with Verlander and his numbers. It's also 75 though, isn't it? Yeah, they could be 7-5 as well, but that doesn't go with the Texas thing. So, yeah, I think I would lay low on that game right there. I'm not crazy about that one. Looks like that one could go either way. Oh, you know what? I just thought of something, you guys. I just remembered how big 126 is in Oakland. The year that the Warriors closed out the finals on June 12th, I'd have to go back and look. There was all sorts of riddles with 126 in the Warriors that season. Jewish gematria is important. We normally don't use it when we do our decodes. Maybe we should. But I'm just noticing that if the Astros lost, they would be 12-6 in Oakland. And I do know that that number is definitely important to that city and their sports rituals. So, again, either team could be 7-5 away. Houston Astros 75. We saw that Verlander has the 66 and 75 connection. Texas is 66. So perhaps it's making a little bit more sense for the Astros to be 6-6 away after this game. I don't think Oakland, California has any other connection to that number. 6. I don't think there was anything there with Montas. Frankie. Yeah, so the Astros still have a little bit of a riddle because there's a chance they could get to 7-5 away. But after remembering about just Oakland and 12-6 and things I've documented in the past with 126, I'm thinking, let's see what the A's, let's see what their record is so far. The Astros. Oh. They played the Astros here and got swept. 0-3. 0-4. So if they won, they'd be 1-4. Or from Houston's perspective, Houston would be 4-1 against Oakland. That's another thought because Oakland is 41 as well. So 4-1 against them and 12-6 on the season. There's actually a pretty good riddle there with that. So I realize we're gonna have to keep track of the records of teams throughout the season. So yeah, I got to give the A's the edge, and then that puts the Astros 6-6 away going into the Texas series. All right, so to review baseball, Athletics, giving them the edge in this one. Rangers, I think they will get it done. We saw that Harvey could pick up his 46th loss. Rangers is 46. Arlington, Texas is 199, the 46th prime. Rangers equals 107. They could get to 10-7 on the 107th day of the year. The only scare for the Rangers is this isn't current. They could become 7-4 at home, and Texas Rangers is 74. So there's one thing that goes against the Rangers, but I think they got the better riddle, getting to 10-7 on the 107th day. Rangers 107. Blue Jays and Twins. We were struggling to find much of a connection. The pitcher tomorrow for the Blue Jays, his name equals 53. If the Twins won at home, they'd be 5-3. Not really crazy about that, though. I'd probably shy away from the Blue Jays Twins game today because not a strong enough riddle to be confident. Looks like Minnesota is a considerable favorite. It's usually a sign that they'll probably win, but I'd like a better riddle than that. The Diamondbacks and the Braves. The one riddle for the Diamondbacks is Arizona Diamondbacks does have Gematria of 99. In the more pure cipher, it's 117 Arizona Diamondbacks. I'm thinking the Braves are going to be able to win the next 2 games of this series and get to 11-7. these records aren't correct. If the Braves win today, they're 8-4. Atlanta and Cumberland on the 84th meridian. Kevin Gossman was also going for his 46th career win. Zach Godley equals 46. So does Phoenix, where the Diamondbacks come from. This Cubs game. Yesterday, the Cubs got to 4-7 away. This isn't current with the 47 pitcher. Makes me wonder if they fall to 4-8 today because Cole Hamels equals 48. If the Marlins win, they'll be 4-9 at home. This isn't correct. Marlins equals 49. Their next game at home is against Washington, and Washington's 49. So I'm thinking the Marlins got a shot today. I would definitely take the spread, so you have a cushion just in case. So the Orioles and Rays game. Orioles have a chance here. They're a major underdog again. They didn't get it done yesterday. The thing is, Baltimore Orioles equals 136. If the Rays lost 2 in a row, they'd be 13-6. Right now, the Rays are 6-2 at home. This isn't current. If they lost, they'd be 6-3. Rays is 63. Major League 63. So I think the Orioles got a chance today. I'd be inclined to take them with the spread because they'd be a nice payout. Very possible the Orioles can win 2 in a row. We did talk about the symbolism of the Rays sweeping the Orioles, though. That would put them at 15-4. Big baseball number. The old baseball schedule, 154 games. So definitely a risk there with the Orioles. Risk-reward situation. Giants, we're expecting them to fall to 8-11. Hellickson, this pitcher's full name equals 88. The Nationals can get to 88. George Washington equals 88. And Hellickson was going for a win today. I believe it was his 76th, and San Francisco equals 76. So good opponent for the 76th win. So liking the Nationals there. Pirates and Tigers. What was the takeaway here? This one was tight because Detroit equals 98 and 44. Williams, if I'm not mistaken, is 98 and 44 as well. So the Tigers, I mean, they could go either way. But the thing about Trevor Williams was he was going for his 24th win, if I'm not mistaken. And today has the 24 date numerology. So he could pick up his 24th win on a 24 date. The only thing that I should consider about that is Detroit Tigers and Detroit, Michigan. They both carry the Gematria of 83, the 23rd prime. Detroit is on the 83rd meridian. So, I mean, there is a reason he could stay on 23. If the Tigers lost, they'd also be 8-9, kind of like 89, the 24th prime. If the Pirates lost, they'd be 9-7, kind of like 97, the 25th prime. They play the Giants next, and Giants is 25. So the riddles float both ways in this game. But I don't know, that 24th win on the 24 date. The Tigers also host Chicago next. If they lost, they'd be 4-4 at home. Detroit's 44. Chicago's 44. So I'm leaning Pirates just barely. Not crazy about that game. Indians and Mariners. If the Indians lose, they're 10-8. Major League 108. You know, the Cleveland Indians, the film Major League. This isn't current here. Carrasco, the pitcher on the mound. His name, 57. Either team could be 5-7 in the home and away column. They're both 5-6 right now. Carlos Carrasco. Wait a minute. Carlos Carrasco's 56, coming in with 5 and 6s. But Carrasco's also 138. And notice if the Mariners lost, they'd be 13-8. The Mariners also play the Anaheim Angels next, and I know they're the Los Angeles Angels, but they still play in Anaheim. Oh, they play in Anaheim. Anaheim's 138, and Los Angeles Angels is 139, like Seattle, Washington. So if the Mariners lost today, they'd be 13-8, going to play Anaheim with a chance to lose and become 13-9. If the Mariners won, they'd be 14-7, big World Series number. If they lost, they'd also be 5-7, which is a World Series number as well. So if they are destined this year, again, the World Series starts on Ichiro's birthday. Season began with the big Ichiro ritual. That's the one Mariners riddle I would say is getting to 14-7. But I don't know. It's looking a little bit, and also the Indians falling 10-8. So it's another tight one, but I'd say it's looking a little bit better for the Indians with the 13-8 thing, and who the Mariners play next, playing their next game in Anaheim. In the Red Sox and Yankees game, J.A. Happ can get his 85th career loss, and he can become 8-5 against the Red Sox. Boston equals 85, Red Sox equals 85. So that's quite a riddle to become 8-5 and get the 85th career loss. The Yankees are 4-6 at home right now. And well, there was one other thing here. Yankee Stadium's 49. If the Red Sox won, they'd be 4-9, and J.A. Happ, he'd get that 85 loss ritual. So Nathan Eovaldi, he's got the 58 name connection, the reflection at 85. He's pitched well against the Yankees in the past. The one thing I could say that's going for the Yankees is if they won, they'd be 8-9, and it's kind of like 89, the 24th prime on the 24 date. But that 85th career loss and 8-5 against the Red Sox, that's a hard one to overlook. So, and you know what's funny? Before we read the article, let me go back and look at it again, see if that's what this thing was in agreement. That's what we read on ESPN. Or whoops, I'm doing the wrong search. Red Sox. Yeah, it is true. He can become 8-5 and get his 85th loss. We know that. So, and the other thing is he'd be 109-85, like we talked about. Yankees is 105. Red Sox. Yankees is 109. Red Sox is 85. For the rivalry. Walker Buehler, chance that he gets upset today. His record last year was 8-5. If the Dodgers lost at home today, they'd be 8-5 at home. They're 8-4 right now. The Reds are 0-6 away. This isn't up to date. If they won, they'd be 1-6, kind of like 16. Los Angeles 53, the 16th prime. We saw that Sonny Gray was going for his 60th career win on the 60-date numerology. He could also pick up his 55th loss, and Los Angeles does carry the 55 Gematria. So it's another risk-reward game, but I think the Reds do have a real shot at upsetting here. Sonny Gray's been pitching great. He's pitched once at Dodger Stadium, and he had an awesome game. So if he could get some run support, it's in the cards. And shit, the Royals-White Sox game's underway. Oh, yeah, the pitcher for the Royals, he's pitched really well this year. Keller equals 36, Royals 36. The White Sox have a chance to fall to 3-6 at home. Man, the Cardinals are putting it on the Brewers. Really. It's not over, but we thought that 9-9 was looking pretty good here because Brewers equals 99 and the pitcher for the Cardinals name equals 99. What was the one riddle we saw one thing for the Cardinals. There was one thing in the cards. There's still plenty of game. Well, there's another hit. Still plenty of game left. Anything can happen in baseball, but that 99 was looking rich. So Phillies and Mets, both pitchers' names equal 117. If the Mets rally to win this game, both teams will be 11-7. So see what happens there. We'll see what happens there. Phillies would be 10-7 on the 107th day of the year. Again, the Phillies host the Colorado Rockies next. Colorado Rockies is 107. So if you're real-time betting, you might be able to get decent odds on the Mets right now. Down 2 runs in the top of the 6th. But, All right, so that's the MLB recap. NBA playoff games tonight. Let's see here. Okay, we got to pull up our threads. Well, don't have a negative attitude yet, Derek. The game's not over. So, I mean, every year it's the same thing. People crying in the middle of the games. There's a guy named Douglas, I remember a few years ago, just crying, just leaving a million comments. You told me the Saints were going to win today. I'm so mad. And then the Saints came back and won. He left like 1,000 posts. So don't cry until the game's over. And even then, still don't cry. If you're going to gamble, you're taking risks. So, all right, hold on. I got to pull up these threads. Right. All right, so the Pacers and the Celtics. Let's see what's going on in their series. All right, so game 1, the Boston took. That's what we were expecting in that game. That means Boston's now 50-33. The game's in Massachusetts. Massachusetts is 33. They can stay on 33 losses on the 33 date. If Boston wins the series, they'll get their, what would that be, their 53rd win of the season. If Boston wins tonight, they'll be at 51 wins and 33 losses. That's probably a sign that they'll split in Indiana, because Indiana equals 52 and 34, just in the most pure ciphers. Indiana 52 and 34. So yeah, I'm thinking Boston, good chance to get the W tonight. Stay on the 33 in Massachusetts, and then we'll have to see. Well, here, let's see when their next game is. Next game's on the 19th, the 109th day of the year. The state has 23, 35, 23, 42, 62 date numerology. Boston Celtics equals 48. How many wins the Pacers are at right now? 24, 10, 14, 26. This date numerology has connections to Pacers and Celtics. Pacers and Celtics both equal 26. What's the playoff record right now? Pacers are at 115. So they're 116 and 118. No. 115 and 119 right now. Celtics are 367 and 278. Okay. Can check the date numerology. 60, 33, 24. Let's get the M cubed up here. 8-team series, right? Oh, no. Hold on. NBA teams. Boston Celtics. All right, Boston Celtics, Indiana Pacers, 112 and 91 all time. At home, 71 and 33. So they could also stay on 33 losses all time against the Pacers at home. And in the playoffs, 14 and 12. Hey, are you in this live stream right now?
No, I am not. Every time I call, I get on the goddamn live stream.
Well, that's what I do. This is what I do every day on the Patreon.
I know. I know. Hey, dude, go ahead and do your thing. But we definitely have to talk. But thank you for making that video that I asked you to make. I appreciate the shout out at the end.
Well, you're welcome. All right, Darrell. Later, man.
Yeah, but I want to when I converse with you, I want to speak to you about that interview on that guy's show. I believe it's called 10-4 Act.
Okay.
I'll speak to you about that dude.
All right.
All right, bro.
All right. Later, man. Okay. So the only thing going with the date numerology is 33, and Massachusetts is 33. Let's see, ABC. I'm just thinking the Celtics, it makes more sense for me for them to pick up the 34th loss in Indiana. And so I'm thinking if the Celtics win again tonight and they split in Indiana, their record would be 52 and 34 for the season, coming back to Boston. And let me get the exceptions up here. I just want to see if there's a connection to 53. Okay. Look at the so the Pacers would pick up their 36th loss. The Pacers would also pick up their 24th away loss of the season on a 24 date. So there is actually one more numerology connection. Celtics would get the 24th away loss. Okay. But yeah, I'm thinking it makes more sense for the Celtics to win at home there. The Bucks are 61 and 22. They got their 34th win at home. Bucks equals 34. Their star player wears 34. Let's see what the series record is here. Milwaukee Bucks. Detroit Pistons. Playoffs. 4 and 14. So the Bucks are at 137 wins, which is interesting. 137 is the 33rd prime. Got the 33 date. 84 and 45. Next big win's 85. I think, what is it? Detroit Pistons is 85. I know basketball is. Detroit Pistons 85. See the Pistons. They are 189 and 179. right, so I can't think of anything with that. Bucks 111 and 130. So their next win's their 113th. Pistons will pick up the 28th away loss. Let's see when they play next. Play the 19th. Must be the 20th. All right, 24. All right, let me think about this date. 6/18. It'll be a date with 18 numerology. If the Bucks didn't win today, they'd come in with 61 wins, the 18th prime. Doesn't have to be that way. 24, 36, 24, 43, 63. It's a date with 63 numerology. 4 plus 20 plus 20 plus 19, 63. If the Bucks won today, they'd be at 62 wins, and they'd be staring at their 63rd win on a 63 date over the Pistons. So I'd say that's a good sign for the Bucks today. Get the 62nd win today and have a chance to pick up the 63rd. So big favorite there, Milwaukee. I'm not seeing really anything in the numbers that's positive for the Pistons. All right. Rockets have 54 wins. TNT's 54. Last night, the Blazers came in with 54 wins on TNT. At halftime, I saw the score was 54-54. Thunder's also 54 in that one. Okay, so the Rockets are 54 and 29. They have 32 wins at home. Houston equals 31 and 32. Utah Jazz is 32. That means they could get their 33rd home win tonight on the 33 date, the Rockets. The Jazz are at 33 losses. They could pick up their 34th. That would give the Jazz their 22nd away loss. NBA. $119 to 127. If they stayed at 127 losses, that's the 31st prime. Houston's 31. So it might make sense to stay on that loss total in Houston. I think Houston's 77 too. They're at 77 wins. Houston 77. Houston Rockets also 77. 23 and 22. So the Rockets could get their 24th playoff win on a 24 date as well. So they can get their 33rd home win on a 33 date. They can get their 24th playoff win on a 24 date. And let's see when these teams play next. Must be the 20th as well. So again, this date has 24, 36, 24, 43, 63, 6/18. So the next game's on an 18 date. Jazz is 18 in both reduction ciphers. That could mean they have a shot there on that date. We'll have to look more at that game when it comes around, but things look good for the home teams tonight. So Pacers getting that 24th loss on the 24 date, staying at 33 losses in Massachusetts. set the Celtics up to split it in Indiana. Again, they'd be 52-34 in Indiana if they split. Indiana 52-34. We saw that the Bucks, if they win tonight, they get their 62nd win of the season, and the next game's on a 63 date. Strong indicator the Bucks can start 3-0. I would say, just thinking down the road, Detroit, Pistons equals 31. So it's a chance that series starts 3-1. Could be a 3-1 series. Pistons winning game 4 in Detroit. And then Rockets. We saw that they can get their 33rd home win on the 33 date and 24th playoff win on the 24 date. So I think things line up nicely for the home teams tonight. Okay, so NHL, let's see. NHL, so we've already got 2 series done with. Again, we favor the Maple Leafs to win this series for the same reason we favored the Islanders to win their series, because of the 101 thing. Both teams have the 101 connection. In the Islanders' case, their name equals 101. For the Maple Leafs, it's their 101st season. This will be the 101st Stanley Cup this year. And it wasn't always in sync like that, because it's the 102nd NHL season, but because they had that lockout year some time back, it's now got things lined up this way. But Maple Leafs are up 2-1. They could take a big lead tonight. It would really help them close out the series if they could get it done at home tonight and go up 3-1. Boston has the gematria of 22 and 31, so that's tough in terms of the series record. Let's see here. Bruins. I got to update this thread from yesterday. I haven't put in yesterday's games. I'll do that as soon as we're done. Okay, so Toronto, they came in 253 and 277. That means they're now 255 and 278. Boston. I talked about the possibility of Boston only winning 1 game in this series, maybe as a ritual synced up with the Patriots, because then they would have 307 playoff wins. And remember, that was the big number for the Patriots. It was Tom Brady's 307th career game, the Super Bowl, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, 307, the 63rd prime. The Bruins would go down 4-1 if that did happen. And again, 41, the Super Bowl number, Super Bowl 41. Tom Brady, 41. They put it away with a 41-yard field goal. 41, the 13th prime, one with 13 points. So I'm just looking at that, just the fact that that's a possibility. If the Bruins only won 1 game, we did also notice if the Bruins made it to the Stanley Cup, I don't think that's going to happen, but if they did, they won it, they'd get 322 wins, that infamous 3-2-2. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. All right, let's see here. NHL teams, Boston Bruins, series records. Three, 3-8, 3-1-7. Let's see. They could get the 193rd away loss today, the 44th prime. Dead even in the playoffs. Today has 40 date numerology as well, the lesser method. That could go either way. Or hold on here. I need this. Okay. All right, so Boston right now is at 50 wins and 26 losses. Toronto's at 48 wins and 29 losses. So neither of those outcomes can go with the date numerology. There's nothing that's super strong about the read for today's game. The only assumption I can work with is that the Maple Leafs have a chance to win this series 4-1 and keep the Bruins at 307 playoff wins. You know, just like how the baseball season was connected to the NFL season, very possible that the NFL season is connected to the NHL season. So the Maple Leafs, because they're at 29 losses, remember they picked up that 29th loss on the 29 date numerology. We had that one pick right because Bruins is 29. If they didn't lose again in this series, they would stay at 29 losses, and Bruins is 29. So I don't know if I'd want to make a pick on this game. I mean, the line's pretty close. I am favoring the Maple Leafs. It's just I don't have anything strong. I always like to pick with the date and the numbers. So it's just that one assumption. And I don't know that that assumption is going to be true. So I do favor the Maple Leafs, but there's no strong indicators for the outcome of today's game. All right, Predators and Stars. So the Predators are up 2-1. Again, they're another team with a 101 connection. Predators and Maple Leafs have the 101 connection. So I've made the assumption that all the teams with the 101 connection will advance out of the first round of the playoffs. The Predators. All right, hold on. Let's find them. All right. So Dallas came in 163, 163. Right now they're 164 and 165. And Nashville is 51 and 57. It's possible that Nashville finishes this series with 2 losses because Stars is 58. So maybe they win it 4-2. Dallas is also 41. They could win 4-1. But there would be some reason for that 58th loss. So today, let's think about this. Nashville's 49 and 30 right now. Dallas is 113, the 30th prime. 49 and 30. Dallas is also 49. So both of their numbers connect to Dallas right now. Dallas is 44. Predators is 44 and 34. If they didn't win anymore, they'd stay at 44 against the Predators. And M cubed, let's see here. NHL teams, Dallas Stars, series records, Nashville Predators, 45 and 40. Dallas, Texas does have the 46 connection, I believe. Let me double check that. Dallas, Texas. They could get their 46th win in Dallas. They could also get their 41st loss. Dallas is 41. If they lost this game today in Dallas, they'd probably be done for. Because I'm pretty sure the next game's in Nashville. Yeah. So that could be fitting to give them the 41st loss in Dallas. That's more pure than the 46. Home, they're 27 and 14. Today's the 107th day of the year, the 28th prime. So there is a chance at the 28th win. And Dallas, Texas is 28 in the more pure cipher. So that's tricky. That's a tricky one right there. That's a tricky one. Dallas is 1-2 against Nashville in the playoffs. If they lost, they'd be 13. Dallas is 13 in the more pure cipher, but if you use the rule for S, it's also 22. So the riddles really do go both ways in this game. I would probably just lay off this one. I would lay off this one. I do think the Predators, at worst, will win this series 4-2. Very possible they win it 4-1 because that would keep the Stars at 44 wins and Predators is 44. So I'd probably just cool it on today's game. Riddles are back and forth. Now, here we have the 8 seed versus the 1 seed, and I'm wrong about this series because I thought Calgary would win this series 4-1. That was because it would keep the Avalanche at, let me get it up here. NHL, Colorado Avalanche, series records. See how they're at 68 wins now? I thought they would finish the series with 67 wins because hockey 67, Calgary 67, Avalanche is 67. So they're at 68. And we saw the 8 seed knock off the 1 seed in the other conference. If it happened in this one, I'd have to say it's about it being 2018. So notice they're 37-35 at home against Calgary. That's interesting because their next win at home is 38, and we know Colorado equals 38. Colorado's the 38th state. We had them pegged to finish the season with that 38th win, which they got. They're 2-1 in the playoffs right now against Calgary. If they did win today, they'd go up 3-1. And Calgary's also 31. So is Avalanche 31. So let's look at this some more here. They get that 38th home win. Could go up 3-1, which would make sense. Calgary would be in a big hole. It wouldn't be over, but the next 2 games are in Calgary. That would be the talk of the NHL. Wow, can both 8 seeds knock off the 1 seed? So Calgary's 51-27 right now. They could get their 28th loss on the 107th day of the year, 107 the 28th prime. So that's one thing, 107 the 28th prime. And let's see. Colorado's 40-31 right now. And Calgary's 41. Tell you what, Colorado has a real shot to win this game here. Let me see. Colorado Avalanche is 69. If it's possible that they could win and the Flames could come back. If where'd they go? If they won today, they'd have their 69th win against Calgary. They'd have the 69th win. Colorado Avalanche 69. Calgary Flames. They don't have that connection though. So let me check the network. NBCSN. CSN. What were the standings again? Let's look at the date of the next game. 109th day of the year. 24, 36, 6, 18, 24, 43, 63. And then when do they play? $25, 44, 63, 25, 37. So that would be game 6. Game 7. Game 7 would be on a date with a life lesson number of 39 if it went there. And Colorado would have a chance at their 39th home win, assuming they won today. But Colorado, that number's 38. There is a riddle in the record for Colorado to win today, absolutely. Because again, it would sync up with this number and this number. And I'm just wondering, and right here too, Avalanche and Calgary 31. But it's dangerous. Calgary's the top seed. It's going to be a big game for them. They don't want to fall down 3-1. So I'm just wondering if they could do it, have both 8 seeds knock off the 1 seed. I'd probably lay low in the NHL games today. I'm not crazy about any of these games today. Avalanche have the clearest riddle in numbers, but still, again, when you're in the playoffs, it's like you really want to know who's going to, normally what I do is I just pick the teams that I have for the finals, and I don't do a lot of, historically I haven't done a lot of hockey, but in the time I've been doing this, we've always known who the NBA teams are. We'll see if we're right again this year. But normally I just watch the teams go that we expect. So that line's awfully tight for the 1 seed versus the 8 seed. Avalanche got the numbers to do it. I got to say that. They got a good riddle today. They got a good riddle. Okay, so if I was going to bet on any NHL game today, I'd probably take the Avalanche to beat the Flames. It looks like Calgary's the favorite, so you can probably take the spread too, just in case they lose by a goal or lose in a shootout. Then you could still win. So I'd take the Avalanche with the points. And then the NBA, again, just to review, it looks good for the home teams today. Just to go over those thoughts again, the Pacers can get the 24th loss on the 24-date numerology. The Celtics would stay at 33 losses on a 33-date. Plus, there was something in the N cube. Let me just pull it up one more time. There was another 33 here. The Pacers, was it the 33rd playoff win or something? Oh, they would stay at 33 home losses against the Pacers as well. And again, that would give the Celtics their 51st win of the season. I would then expect the Celtics to split in Indiana because that would make their record 52-34, and Indiana equals 52-34. So it seems likely that the Celtics will be at 3 wins and 1 loss in this series. If they lost today, which I don't expect, I'd expect them to win the next game. Again, 24th loss on the 24 date here too. Boston Celtics 48, Pacers staying on it in Boston. Pistons and Bucks, we looked at what Game 3 is. Game 3 is on a date with 63 numerology. If Bucks win today, they get their 62nd win of the season, puts them in position to pick up the 63rd win on the 63 date in the next game. The Rockets can pick up their 33rd win of the season. Today has 33-date numerology, and they can pick up their 24th playoff win against the Jazz. Let me just verify that that was correct. I believe that's what it was. 24th playoff win versus the Jazz. Today also has the 24 date numerology. So 23 and 22. They can get that 24th playoff win. So things look good for the home teams today. Can't deny it. Home teams line up nice. And then in the MLB, we might be off to a bad start here today, but there's a lot of games left. Let's see what's going on. So again, both starting pitchers had the 117 connection. I was thinking the Mets would be 11-7 by the end of the day. If the Mets can rally, the Phillies do play the Rockies tomorrow. Colorado Rockies is 107. So if the Phillies give up this game, which is entirely possible, we'll see. They'd be at 10-7 on the 107th day of the year, and they'd be facing an opponent next who's 107. So again, both starting pitchers had that 117 connection today, so I thought that 11-7 would come through. Cardinals and Brewers, the Cardinals starting pitcher's name equaled 99 like Brewers. I thought that was a good sign that the Cardinals would fall to 9-9 against the Brew Crew. We did say that the one risk against the Brewers today was that Milwaukee Brewers is 73. The next team they play is the Los Angeles Dodgers, 73. They could become 7-3 at home. This isn't correct. So there's still plenty of game left here. We'll see what happens. I was right in that 99 riddle. If the Brewers do lose, I understand it's the 73 thing, but I thought that 99 was stronger. Looks like the White Sox are getting to Keller. Keller equals 36. Royals equals 36. If the White Sox do lose this game, they would be 3-6 at home. Looks like we got 2 outs with runners in scoring position, so we'll see what happens there. Reds and Dodgers already underway. Risky game. The Reds pitchers pitched very well this year. He just doesn't have any run support. He's played 1 game at LA. He had a dynamite game there. If the Reds won today, they'd be 1-6 away. Kind of like 16. Los Angeles is 53, the 16th prime. Walker Buehler starting today. The Dodgers are 8-4 at home. If they lost, they'd be 8-5. Walker Buehler's record last year was 85. Red Sox and Yankees. J.A. Happ, if he loses today, he becomes 8-5 against the Red Sox, and he gets his 85th career loss. Boston equals 85. Red Sox equals 85. So that's quite a riddle. He'd be stuck on 109 wins. Yankees equals 109. Indians and Mariners. Carrasco equals 138. The Mariners playing Anaheim next. Anaheim's 138. Carrasco's also 57. Either team could be 5-7 with their home and away record. So things don't look good for the Mariners. I'll put it that way. The Mariners' prayer is that the Indians fall to 10-8. Major League's 108. Of course, there's the movie Major League about the Indians. But yeah, things are troubling there for the Mariners. Pirates and Tigers. Tight one. Detroit equals 98 and 44. If the Tigers win, they're 9-8. If they lose, they're 4-4 at home. Williams equals 98 and 44, so that could go either way. The one thing for Williams is he's going for his 24th career win. Today has 24 date numerology. But if he didn't win, he'd stay on 23 wins, and Detroit's that 83 city. 83 is the 23rd prime. Detroit, Michigan, 83 on the 83rd meridian. Detroit Tigers, 83. So I would be careful there with that game. But if the Tigers do lose, 4-4, Detroit's 44. They play Chicago next at home. Chicago's also 44. So that's the way you could get the overlap with the Tigers and Chicago series next. Giants, I do think they'll fall to 8-11 today. San Francisco, 8-11. We've learned a lot about it. Nationals would be 8-8. George Washington equals 88. We saw that Hellickson was going for his 76th career win. San Francisco equals 76. Orioles and Rays, dangerous game here. If the Orioles can pull off 2 upsets in a row, the Rays would be 13-6. Baltimore Orioles equals 136. If the Rays lost today, they'd be 6-3 at home. Rays equals 63. So definitely a dangerous game. If I was going to bet on it, I would definitely take the the cushion just in case it's a 1-run game, so you could win with a 1-run Orioles loss. But if Orioles do upset today, I think they got a good chance to upset tomorrow as well. So keep an eye on that. Cubs and Marlins. Cubs and Marlins. The Marlins host Washington next. Washington equals 49, so does Marlins. If the Marlins won today, they'd be 4-9 at home. They're facing a tough pitcher, Cole Hamels. Yesterday, the Cubs had a pitcher going, Quintana, whose name equaled 47. Cole Hamels equals 48. So the Cubs are 4-7 away. They could become 4-8 away today if they lost. Again, that would make the Marlins 4-9 at home. Marlins 49, Washington 49, who they host next. Arizona Diamondbacks equals 99. That's their prayer today to become 99, but in the Moore Pierce cipher, it's 117. I'm thinking the Braves have a good shot to win the next two and become 11-7. If the Braves win today, they'll be 8-4 at home, playing on the 84th Meridian. We saw that Kevin Gossman could get his 46th career win against Zach Godley. Zach Godley equals 46 like Phoenix, where the Diamondbacks play from. Twins and Blue Jays. It was hard to, there wasn't really a lot going on here. The pitcher for the Blue Jays tomorrow, his name equals 53. If he was facing the Twins and they won today, they'd be 5-3 at home. Right now they're 4-3. But that's not a lot to go off of. So I couldn't find the riddle there for that game. Texas Rangers have one scare for losing today. It's that they'd be 7-4 at home with a loss. Texas Rangers equals 74. However, Rangers also equals 107. They could be 10-7 on the 107th day of the year. Matt Harvey, he's going for his 46th career loss. Rangers equals 46. Arlington, Texas equals 199, the 46th prime. If the Angels lost, they'd stay at 8 wins to face the Mariners next. Seattle equals 19, the 8th prime, for just another thought. There is a risk here with the Rangers with the 7-4 thing, but again, good team for Matt Harvey to get his 46th loss against. And Rangers 107, 107th day of the year. I think that's a little bit better than the 74 thing. So, but man, as I say that, it is a 33 date numerology, 74 and 33. Ugh. So I'd be careful on that game. I'm still thinking the 10-7, 107, 107th days where it's at. And then with regards to the Athletics, if the Astros lose today, they're 12-6. Oakland has that Jewish gematria of 126. That was a big number the year the Warriors won the finals on June 12th, 12-6. And I documented a lot of 126 that year with Oakland. If the Astros lost, they'd be 6-6 away. And the reason that's interesting is because their next game is against Texas. Texas equals 66, and Justin Verlander will be on the mound. Justin Verlander equals 66. But Justin Verlander also equals 75. If the Astros won today, they'd be 7-5 away. So, you know, you got a riddle that goes both ways. But, man, 12-6 in Oakland. Oh, the other thing we noticed is if Oakland won today, from the Astros' perspective, they'd be 4-1 against Oakland in this season. This is the 5th time they're playing. Just make sure I got that right. Actually, I just want to make sure I got that right. So they played yesterday. I think that was the first game. Yeah, so it's just a 2-game series. So if the Astros lost today, they'd be 4-1 against Oakland, and Oakland equals 41. And it also equals 126. So I'm giving the edge to the Athletics in this one to get some justice. So tight one here, but favor the Athletics. Another tight one, but favor the Rangers. I'm skipping this game. Braves, I think, are going to get to 11-7. Gosman can get that 46th career win against Zach Godley. The one thing, though, to keep in mind is Arizona Diamondbacks not only does it have the Gematria of 117, it does have the 99 connection as well. I'm just thinking 11-7, and also getting that 8-4 today is making some sense. So that would make the Braves 10-7 on the 107th day of the year as well. One other thing to think about. I'm giving the edge to the Marlins here. I would definitely take the cushion, take the spread, just in case it's a one-run game, but being 4-9 at home, Marlins 49, and hosting Washington next makes some sense to me. Rays Orioles, again, the Orioles, they're the risk-reward team today again. They didn't quite get it done yesterday, but they got a shot again today. So, again, I would take them with the cushion. Nationals, I do like them to make the Giants 8-11. Tigers, Pirates, you really got to be careful. Probably shy away from that one, but if you're betting on it, I think that Pirates have the slightly better riddle just because Trevor Williams can get that 24th win on the 24 date. I'm not crazy about it, though. Indians and Mariners. Indians have the better riddle unless it's all about the 10-8 Major League, so that's probably another game I would just wait and see. The Mariners do lose today. I think they're in trouble against Anaheim. I think the losing streak will continue. And again, J.A. Happ falling to 8-5 against Boston and getting his 85th career loss. Boston equals 85, Red Sox equals 85. To me, that just seems like too good of a riddle. So, let's see here. Cardinals, Brewers, Mets, Phillies, getting right down to it. So, might start off in a hole here today, but there's still a lot of games left. And so again, NBA teams, I like all the home teams today. If you're going to bet on those big favorites, don't bet on the spread. Just take the money line. You don't want to get beat on the spread. But and then the hockey, I'm not really crazy about any of it, but the 8 seed does have a real shot to go up 3-1. We saw that. So. All right, we'll wrap it up there. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. And the man earlier said he was going to call me and show me this database he's putting together to help us compile all of our sports stats that we look at to try to give us a little bit more edge. So appreciate all you guys. Good luck today. See you tomorrow.